Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema flair. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. 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 Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema flair. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screen glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame each share. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cat, no spin, just cinema slayer. It's full TV, ain't no we air. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping this square. Welcome to the movie Lair.
What up, y'all? I ain't playing no games tonight. I got a lot to get into, and I ain't got a lot of time. We're going to have to get this thing rocking and rolling quick. But what up, y'all? Let's do a sound check. Sound effects working? Y'all let me know. What up, chat? What up, everybody? Torian, tall guy, the magician. What up, magician? We talking about XMen tonight, baby. Interested to see your take on everything. What up, Nisha? What up, Nathan? Tall guy, my first time catching a live. Where have you been, tall guy? Don't nobody do lives like I do lives. We have fun over here. This is always a cackle. And if you can't stay the full time, because it is going to go about 2 hours, watch the replay. What up, Dwayne? What up? Y'all let me know, is my sound effects working? I just dropped the bomb. We got a Dora talking. Dora. Bop. Get my mic up here. All right. New to your channel, a 60 plus black librarian. Welcome, 60 plus black librarian. If you are a librarian, shout out to you. We need y'all. We love y'all. Reading is important. All right. Thank y'all for letting me know that the sound effects are working. Yeah, man, we got a lot. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot to talk about this week. We did the Comic-Con panel, and y'all have not heard like my full thoughts on all of the Black Panther stuff. We're going to be talking about Black Panther. If y'all here for Black Panther, just come back in 2 hours because that's the last topic. I know how some of y'all are. Y'all just here for Black Panther. But if you love movies and TV shows, you know what I'm saying? We are going to talk about all of it. Big Marvel stream today. This is just Marvel. It's just Marvel tonight. What up, Lawrence? Thorian said it's a lot to talk about every week. Tall guy, if you are here for X-Men, come back in about 30 minutes. Because I got a couple general topics before we hit X-Men. But I'm not going to waste y'all time, man. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling because I got a lot to talk about. Let me get my Gatorade. Let me get my Gatorade going, baby. I got on my mutant shirt, mutant and proud. If you want a mutant and proud shirt, you can go to my website, www.themovielair.com. I am a big X-Men fan. Some of the things that we're hearing, I'm getting excited for. Some of the things I'm like, I'm a little on it, but we're gonna get this thing going. All right. Ooh, let me do my proper introduction. So what up, y'all? Tina here with the Movie Lair, and we are on episode 26, the year 2026. Who knew I would still be going live this long? I never predicted it, but I'm here. I enjoy everybody who shows up every week to hang out with me. This stream, we're going to talk about Marvel, X-Men. We got a little DC news, not a lot. We're going to talk about Black Panther. We're going to talk a little bit about the Michael movie and Jonathan Majors. We got to talk about nephew Jonathan Majors. So we finna get into it. We ain't wasting no time tonight because it's a lot. It's a lot to get into. So let's get into it. Here is y'all schedule of events. I got y'all events put together now, baby. We got the event schedule. So we talking about Michael, Jonathan, Harvey Dent, Aaron Pierre, Champions movie, Disney Plus, Wonderman Cancellation, and then on the second half, we'll be talking about the Blade Cancellation, Ghost Rider, Doom. We found out that Doom is from the 828 universe. We'll do a Spiderman review, Beast, Rogue, Emma Frost, Cyclops Casting, Storm, and you know we gonna always end it off with the Black Panther. Black Panther is the last topic. That one's gonna be kind of girthy. We got a lot to get into with Black Panther. But once again, man, y'all, I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all talking about, oh no, what he do now? Talking about Jonathan Majors. Oh, the mighty has fallen. Jonathan Majors is next up on the list, so we'll find out very quickly. Torian talking about you about to do Pantheon hours. Jesus Christ. It's 9:30. Hopefully we out here by midnight. I don't think we're going to be out here by midnight because I know S. Jaddick's going to come in here and run my nerves up, but tall guy, don't go watch the trailer because I'm going to play the trailer here. So just hang out. We're going to play the trailer here and watch it as a family. So let's get into the first topic. We talking about the king. Michael. All right, y'all. Looks like Michael 2 is finally starting to pick up some steam because the investors over at Universal, they said, hey, man, we ready to get this Michael movie going. Yes, we need part 2 cooking immediately. So the first movie, in my opinion, it did leave a lot on the table for us to discuss. I wanted to know a little bit more. I still think there's a lot of ground to cover when it comes to Michael. But the executives over at Lionsgate, they said, yes, ma'am, we're getting ready to work on Michael Part 2 either by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Now, the big question is, I don't know if y'all know, my question is Antoine Fuqua coming back? Because there was a little drama going on, and they said Antoine Fuqua wasn't sure if he was coming back to direct. You know what I'm saying? So as of right now, there are no reports that he's coming back. Hopefully he does come back. We'll just have to wait and see what Lionsgate decides when it comes to him. Another situation that's kind of still hanging over this project is Nia Long, who played Katherine Jackson. She went into arbitration with Universal because she found out that her co-stars was getting paid more than her, and that went against her contract. She had something in her contract that said me, Coleman Domingo, we all supposed to be getting paid about the same amount. She found out she got paid less, so now they going through a situation. So we got to make sure that Nia Long and Antoine Fuqua is coming back to complete this project. because I think even though I felt like the movie needed a little bit more, I still like this team that they have over there. So hopefully everybody can keep it together and we can get everything coming back. The studio got to get everybody on the same page, but all in all, per Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter, the executives over at Universal, they said they are ready to start filming Michael 2 by the end of this year, beginning of next year, and they're aiming for like a 2028 release. Now, when they're aiming for a 2028 release, we got to keep in mind, the Beatles movie is coming out in 2028 too, so I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it would be good having both of those movies come out in the same year so we can talk about the greatness of the Beatles. We can talk about the greatness of Michael. But yeah, man, Michael Part 2 is getting ready to go into production. They ready to get this thing up and rolling. Shout out to Jafar Jackson. This isn't a story that I'm covering, but I did see that Jafar just signed on to play in an action movie with Will Smith. So Jafar, keep getting those roles, young man. Did a great job as Michael. Awesome job. All right. Now, y'all know I usually read like all of the comments, but I just can't read them all tonight, y'all. So if y'all want y'all comments to come through, send me a super chat, but we just got a lot to get into, so I can't read all the comments like I normally do. Y'all know I usually read them all. Lawrence says she might get the Terrence Howard treatment. No, they better not do Nia Long wrong. We ain't having that. They better take care of her, all right? Blue's house. Blue said, what up, Tina? What up, brother Blue? What up, brother Blue? If y'all like the content that I do, go follow Brother Blue. He covers movies and TV shows and hip hop. Same way with Brother Torian. Torian covers content as well. Next up, let's talk about our my nephew Jonathan Majors. Jonathan. Okay. So Jonathan Majors has a new movie coming out, and he's headlining it. He's a star, and it's called Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels, and it's being produced by Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire. And if you don't know who Ben Shapiro is, he's one of those right-wing, conservative, MAGA variant type content creators. You know what I'm saying? It's like him, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens. They all play in them same circles. They all push that weird propaganda. And this movie looks like it's feeding right into those same talking points. And I don't know why Jonathan Majors is in this movie. I don't know. And then they said he gonna be doing press for the movie. That's so bad. But y'all, let's look at this trailer. Let's look at this trailer for Jonathan Majors' new movie.
Your country is beneath contempt.
We who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Given the current climate, should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close personal friend of Chancellor Friedman. This is a decision I cannot fight.
There are three ways Islam will conquer the West. Through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us. Are you paying attention?
Listen carefully. The great Satan, America, will fall. You are infidels. The bodies of women are not pure, and the men's souls are unclean.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
Anyone?
I got friends here, I can't just leave.
Listen to me! Illallah. We cannot run or hide from what is coming. We have to fight.
I will be rewarded 10,000 times in the next life. When you die, you're nothing. Only one way to find out.
That's the American way.
Child. Listen, this trailer just throws everything at the wall. Terrorism, college protests, like political talking points, and it all just comes across on the nose. Like, it's just so on the nose. And Jonathan Majors, of course, is the star of the film. He's a former Delta Force captain, and he's fighting back, and he's leading the charge. If y'all care, this movie comes out September 16th on Daily Wire Plus. That's a subscription over there with Ben Shapiro. Jonathan Majors, sir. You know what's so crazy about this is the movie don't even look that bad considering it's a low budget movie. I think that the budget was like $5 million. The movie don't even look bad. It's just the script is horrible, and Ben Shapiro is the producer on it, and he's wanting this movie to come across this way to be inflammatory. He feels like this is gonna get people talking. This could have really been a good movie if it wasn't so heavy-handed. Like, why? They here to take the women's wombs? What? Like, and this is how you know these people, like Ben Shapiro, they really just live, breathe, and eat hatred, because this movie don't even really look that bad. All you had to do was change the talking points a little bit. Don't be so heavy-handed with it. And there's a good story in there somewhere. There's a good story in there. But they wanted to make it so on the nose that now it just comes across like a parody. Now it comes across like, bro, we can't even really take this serious because it's so exaggerated. And don't get me wrong, that's not to say that there are not people out there who feel this way, but it's like y'all just let me know. JD Informant said he already bought his ticket. It ain't even gonna be in the goddamn movies. So where you watching it at? Your ticket, your $6 ticket to watch it on the Daily Wire channel. Tall guy said, didn't he fall out the window? That's what the people said, child. Blue said, this is nasty work. That is coming from a former military man. The magician said, I'm over it already. So crazy. She said he's in it because he needs to get paid. Stop. This movie has a $5 million budget. So how much did he get paid? If I didn't get paid 4 of the 5, it's not worth doing. It's not. There's nothing in the world telling me that Jonathan Majors can't get 6 of his homeboys together and go make his own movie and put it on Tubi, put it on YouTube, put it somewhere. Like, no. Torian said, have you seen the trailer for Primetime? Primetime looks great. Yes. Nathan said, don't destroy me, but it doesn't look that bad. We on the same page, Nathan. It does not look bad. Like, visually, considering they only had $5 million to make this, it looks good. Okay. Now, the topic of conversation, that's insane. Okay. That's insane. Lauren said rooting for everyone black, but that ain't it. And that's me. Y'all know I be rooting. Y'all know I be rooting hard. But Jonathan, but you see how I'm still having this conversation with love. I'm not tearing him down too bad, because I do feel like the brother is in a rock. He's a rock in a hard place. He but it's like, you ain't have to do this unless you getting 4 out of the 5 million. Lauren said Tina been watching too much Tubi movies. This looks terrible. I don't know. Charlie said the check will never be big enough to cover the sin. That's right. Tall guy said this is a mental illness. Oh. And my thing is, the producers have already said that Jonathan Majors is going to do press for this movie. So like, are you finna be sitting on Fox News, Jonathan, Like with these MAGA talking points, talking about how, you know, there's a serious threat in America. Like what, how you finna pitch this to us? And who is the audience? Is the audience the MAGA people? They not gonna watch the shit either because they broke. We all broke. They not finna buy the streaming service to watch this. I guess there's a sector of, you know, veteran MAGA military men who might want to, you know, support this. Ben Shapiro, he does have a young audience of, you know, young men who believe in what he's saying. They probably gonna buy it, but it's like, Charlie said his fall from grace needs to be studied. It don't need to be studied. And you know what? And we're going to talk about this more when we get to the T'Challa conversation. Me, my good brother Blue, good brother Dre Mac, Pam, Chill, we all followed this case. We all followed it. And sometimes I come off as being the negative one in the room. You know what I'm saying? But it's because I have a sense of reality that I think some people don't. Because I remember me and Dre Matt was talking, and I was like, hey, man, he shouldn't have been, you know, dating that woman. And Dre Mack was like, no, man, people should be able to date outside their race. And they do. They should. I really believe, I believe people should date outside their race. But I'm like, certain people just have to be more careful. And his fall from grace was literally grace. Grace Jabari. That was his fall from grace, because you ain't even have to do that. You ain't even have to do that. You ain't even have to date that woman. There were so many red flags with that woman. And throughout this whole trial, from the beginning, when he got arrested, I said, the man is cooked. It's done. It's done. Because you made a 5'2" woman cry. And she got a couple of bruises on her. It's a wrap. So his fall from grace does not need to be studied. It's the same fall from grace that we've been watching for the past 100 years, ever since Jim Crow, ever since what was the law, Loving versus Virginia, whenever they said, hey, everybody can, you know, date who they want. This is every man's fall from grace, because they want to go over there and play with grace. That's it. And when we say, hey, maybe you should be careful around grace, we come off as, oh, black women just don't want. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's because we know the history. We've seen the history. You are blind to the history because you feel like, oh, that'll never happen to me. So no, this is not a case study. This happens every day. I've had family members that this has happened to. Little cousins, uncles. Hey, maybe you shouldn't be over there, you know, doing that. You don't know that family like that. Something happened. Oh, now you're in trouble. Don't call me. I ain't got no money. Don't call me when somebody done said, hey, you done grabbed her arm too tight and now she's bruised up. Don't call me. After she done slapped you all up in your face and beat you down, and you done caught her hand, and now you done bruised up, and now you in jail. Hey, so no, this is we ain't got to study none of this. It's his fault. Moving on. I still love Jonathan Majors. I hope Jonathan Majors can somehow crawl his way back, but this is tough. This is tough, man. It's just too much independence out here to be doing this, is how I feel. It's too much independence. Like, you did not have to do this. You can go make your own content. If Tyler Perry ain't want to hire you, if 50 Cent don't want to hire you, if these people don't want to hire you, you just got to get it out the mud and make your own content. That's it. Because what did Ben Shapiro pay you? How much did he get paid, y'all? This movie had a budget of $5 million. How much out of $5 million would you do to make this movie? How much he got paid? Do y'all think he got paid $1 million? Did he get $1 million? Did he get 500,000? If the budget was $5 million, I need 4 out of the 5. Lawrence Report said he got $90K. That's even worse. If you got $90K, you could have just went and worked at McDonald's and been a manager You know what I'm saying? I got some homies whose managers at McDonald's making 100, 150K. Wim said him and Megan could have started a YouTube channel or something. I been said that. Start a YouTube channel, my brother. Nisha said, I hope he at least got $1 million. You got to get half of that to Uncle Sam. Then you got a baby mama. You got to give her 100,000 of that. You just reality TV. Yeah, go do reality TV. I would have watched a reality show about Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. That would have been some mess. I would have loved to watch that. We done spent too much time on Jonathan Majors. Let's move on. Lawrence said his team need to get paid. Ain't no team. Fire everybody. I done lost everything. I don't need no team. I just got to start over. I got to start. Go work at Walmart. Go work at Walmart distribution. I don't know, brother, but don't do this. Don't do this. You wouldn't be the first actor that has to get a 9 to 5. And I think for the most part, people were sympathetic to him. Like, damn, man, they really did him dirty. But then when you go do this, sympathy lowers. I hope somebody pick him up, though. I do. Jonathan, John, blessings to your brother. I hope you get on your feet. I never want to see nobody lose their job for something that, you know, it ended up being a misdemeanor like ticket or something and he had to go do anger management. I never want to see somebody like lose everything for something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do wish this brother the best, but moving on. All right, y'all. So we got our first little sneak peek at Brian Tyree Henry's stunt double on the set of the Batman Part 2. And now the internet, my timeline, has officially gone into detective mode. Now, this picture came out a couple weeks ago, so I'm just bringing it up now. So everybody is trying to figure out, who is this man playing? Is he playing Harvey Dent or is he playing Harvey Bullock? Okay, what y'all think when we looking at the picture? Let me blow the picture up. Let's see. The stunt double has the tie on. Is that Harvey Dent or is that Harvey Bullock? Who do y'all think Brian Tyree Henry is playing? Because it was originally reported that he might be Two-Face. But now people are like, maybe he's not Harvey Dent. Maybe he's Harvey Bullock, you know. Nobody knows. But the set photos definitely have people talking. Like I said, reports say that his stunt double was seen alongside Jeffrey Wright. They were filming like a major scene on like a highway up in Gotham. Jeffrey Wright got shot or blew up or whatever. I don't know. I could see him playing either one. If he's Harvey Bullock, Brian Tyree Henry has the personality and presence to be a detective. You know, he's kind of funny, a little rough around the edges. But if he ends up being Harvey Dent, yeah, I know people don't like that. People don't want that to happen. People don't want him to be Harvey Dent. People are tired of the race swaps. Y'all know me. Y'all know I don't give a goddamn. Race swap them all. I think you should pick the best actor for the job. But honestly, the way his stunt double is dressed, he could be either one. We have a guy in a suit and tie. That could be either Harvey Bullock or Harvey Dent. But yeah, man, that is the update on the Batman Part 2 and the character that Brian Tyree Henry is playing. We don't know if he's the Dent or if he's the Bullock. I guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Lauren said Two-Face was black in the old movie. Tall guy said he's Two-Face. Paul Martin says, is he playing Maxie Zeus? Who is that? Let me look that up. Paul Martin, Maxie Zeus. Charlie said, I don't think he's Two-Face. Torian said, didn't Harvey Dent look melanated in the Batman animated series back in the day? I mean, there's some discussion about that. The Magician said, I'm here for it. I'm sure he'll do something fun. Yeah, whatever he gets, I think he gonna rock out. Pam says she think he gonna be Harvey Bullock. Okay. All right. We shall find out as we get closer. Next up, let's talk about Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Let's talk about lanterns. So, James Gunn did not go to Comic-Con because he's a loser. But HBO said, we'll bring the lanterns to Comic-Con. James doesn't have to come. HBO said, we'll bring them. Now I'm disappointed that James Gunn did not go. But anyway, I hope this TV show does well because I believe that Aaron Pierre is a superstar. I think he needs that one role to really like push him, to just push him over the edge. And HBO may be the place to do it. HBO has a history of sending actors like to that next level. We saw it with we just talked about it. We saw it with Jonathan Majors in Lovecraft Country. We can go even further back to The Wire and how many men, specifically black men, actors got recognition, was able to go on and make bigger films. Idris Elba, Michael K. Williams. Let's go back to Oz. I loved Oz back in the day. Harold Perrineau. The list just goes on and on and on. So HBO is a great launching pad because for the most part, HBO puts a lot of work into their content over there. So as far as Aaron Pierre goes, I think he has everything you need to be an old school superstar too. I mean, he's tall, he's handsome, he's a theater guy. He was literally like performing in the theater a couple months ago. He low key, he keep a low profile. He not really on the scene like that. He's talented. And another thing that I like about Aaron Pierre is, and people are gonna always get my respect when they take their job seriously. He takes this job seriously, and even though people were upset about him playing Jon Stewart just due, to colorism, he pushed forward, and I think he really wants to honor this character based off of the interviews that I've seen. I was definitely one of those people like, Jon Stewart's supposed to be tall, dark, and handsome. But I got over it because what can you do with these castings? You can't do nothing but get over it. I'm too old. I can't get my blood pressure ran up about someone being cast that I don't agree with. And we're gonna eventually get to the T'Challa conversation and black representation in the comic book medium. But I would say, my opinion, if you're not happy with what's going on with T'Challa, I say pivot and invest your time and energy into Jon Stewart because Aaron Pierre seems to really he seems hyped. He seems to care about it. And, everybody talks about how, they like T'Challa because he's smart. He's the most smartest person. Go over there and just hang out with Jon Stewart because Jon Stewart, he's smart. He's an architect. He's a sniper. Looks like he's going to be a good, positive guy for good, positive representation. His mom and daddy going to be in the show. Now, we don't know what that relationship is like. But he is going to have a mama and daddy in the show. So sounds like everything you would want in a superhero. And when he was at Comic-Con, he talked about how Jon Stewart was the only character he wanted to play in the DCU. He was out at Comic-Con touching fans, taking pictures, posting on social media. And this ain't new. He been promoting like this project since last year. And that's what you're supposed to do. Because the difference between him and somebody like Anthony Mackie, you know what I'm saying? Some people who don't want to sign autographs, who don't want to take pictures with fans, don't want to promote the project. He's playing it the right way, because you have some people like Anthony Mackie who just fuck the fans. So yeah, man, Lanterns come out August 16th on HBO. It's going to be a series. I will definitely 1000% be checking it out. I'm rooting for this guy because, y'all want positive black representation. And, I think this is a step in the right direction, no matter how much I, may not like some of the decisions that James Gunn makes. I think this is a great decision outside of, the colorism thing. You know what I'm saying? I think this was a great pick. I think this is a good guy to put on the back of the DCU. Him, Superman, Wonder Woman. I think that looks good together. I think that looks good. This looks great. So let's check the comments. Lauren said James Gunn don't show up for nothing. Pam talking about Aaron Pierre look like Nelly. He look like he could be Nelly big cousin. S. Jaddick says, is tall, light, and hot worse or better than short and dark? Let me say that back slowly. Is tall, light, and hot worse or better than short, dark, and average? It depends. I think that's a preference. Me, you know what I'm saying? Me, if I was on the straight spectrum, y'all know I ain't on the straight spectrum. I'm on the curvy spectrum. You know, I'm a little gay. Me, I don't want no tall ass light skinned man. I'm too short. If I was dating men, I want somebody a little bit taller than me. I don't need nobody I gotta look up to. So that's Jaddick. I can't answer that question. That's a preference for each woman. Some women might say I don't want somebody who's tall and light skinned. I want short, dark, and handsome. I don't know. I can't answer that. Lauren said, Tina said, save the smoke for last. I have a tight schedule. You know it, baby. We got stuff to get through. Tall guy said these FBAs got to start supporting Captain Falcon and Wonder Man. Tall guy, look, they don't like Wonder Man. He Haitian. Lauren said he was in Blade and he got elevated for sure. S. Jaddick said, Tina ain't wrong, though. Gunn is doing more for black male heroes than Feige and Coogler. Toussaint Sam Wilson versus Jon Stewart and Mr. Terrific. No contest, really. Hey, we don't know what Toussaint gonna bring. Lauren said, and Aaron won't be in no Jonathan Majors mess. Child, knock on wood. He British, so. He British. Oh. Torian said Aaron briefly dated Tiana Taylor. I wonder what went wrong. I told y'all that was not gonna last. Tiana Taylor is gay. That is a homosexual woman. Tiana Taylor is a stud with a lace front. Child, that's why it wasn't gonna work. Tiana Taylor need to be hanging out with me, child. She ain't want that man like that. Lauren said, Tina said she wanted Brittany Griner. No, sir. Tiana's one of the girls. She need to leave these men alone. She be wasting these men time. She don't want these men. Oh, that's why it didn't work out. Aaron Pierre probably like, whoa. Woo. You got a lot going on. All right, let's jump over to Marvel. Oh, we moving fast. I like this. All right, we're moving fast. All right, so y'all, take this with a grain of salt, okay?
All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true.
Okay. This is coming from the scooper, Daniel RPK, but he's claiming that Marvel Studios is considering turning Champions and Strange Academy into a movie. Nothing has officially been announced by Marvel, so, we're going to keep this in rumor territory for sure. I still don't think Champions is a movie. I think these young heroes, Wiccan, Speed, Miss Marvel, I think per the other reports, they're going to have their biggest moments in Secret Wars, and that's where the audiences will really be introduced to them as a team, because make no mistake, there has always been plans for these young Avengers. Dustin Daniel Cretton, Michael Waldron, all of them have talked about how they wanted this team to show up in Kang Dynasty. So I do believe we are going to see a formation of this team. I don't know if they're going to get their own movie, though. I think Secret Wars is where we're going to see what's going to happen with them. Because after Secret Wars, you got the XMen coming, and let's be honest, people want to see the X-Men. So I'm not convinced that there's enough room for Marvel to launch a full Champions movie when you got the mutants coming out. The mutants is really going to be the centerpiece. I don't see it. I don't understand. Strange Academy now is one I could maybe see happening someday, because it brings something a little different to the table with magic, supernatural. But as of right now, this is still just a rumor. I think Marvel has much bigger priorities before either one of these projects get a green light. Disney has a new president in town, and I think he's looking at every single line item on the finance report to figure out what's working, what's not working. So we'll just keep that in rumor territory. It'll probably be in development hell and just never happen. That's what I think. Creole Pearl said Tiana was not serious. She never not serious. I remember when they started dating, I was like, y'all, this is not finna work. This is just fun for her. That woman a lesbian. Her, Lori Harvey, I'm missing one. It's another one of them. Then slipped my mind. Them is lesbians. No lesbians when I see lesbians. Lauren said Daniel RPK lied more than James Gunn. Wynn said, why is America in Champions? Listen, none of these groups make sense, okay? Tall Guy said they need more boys on their team. I mean, you got Wiccan, you got Speed. We had Eli. You know, I don't know what's going on with Eli. I don't know. Lauren said let them have a special presentation. Yep. Magician said, nah, they can keep this. Lauren said James Gunn would make it. James would be like, yep, we have a Champions movie coming. Kiki? Nah, it's not Kiki. Who's the other lesbian? It's Lori Harvey, it's Tiana Taylor. It's one more. I'll remember. I always be saying that and people get mad. People's like, you just want everybody to be a lesbian. No, I know the lesbians. I know the lesbians when I see one. I know them when I see them, okay? I know the girls when I see the girls. She said, Eli Black, you know what happened to him. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Disney Plus and no, not Zendaya. Zendaya love her Spider-Man, so I ain't gonna put that on Zendaya. But yeah, man, let's talk about Disney Plus and streaming. Disney Plus and streaming. Let me put my little business hat on. I should have logged in and had my work clothes on when I'm in my 9 to 5. Let me put my business hat on. So this is what I think is going on. I think Disney is really reshuffling things. You have a new CEO in town, and they just looking at dollars, cents, and subscribers. And the reality is, these TV shows don't make no money. They just don't make money. You're literally losing money making these shows. Let's rewind. All right, let's rewind. After Endgame, Marvel was on a high. Like, you had movies making from $700 million to $2 billion. Like that was the that was the margins Marvel movies like coming up on Endgame. And when you're making that kind of money, you can justify and say, hey, Avengers Endgame made $2 billion. We saw Steve give Falcon the shield. Okay, let's take $200 million of that money out of the $2 billion we made. Let's take $200 million out. Let's make a TV show, and then we're going to make a Captain America 4 movie, and all of this money is going to flow in a circle. It's going to flow in a circle, all right? The money comes out of the movie, goes into the TV show. The show drives people to watch the movie in the movie theater. That then makes people want to go buy toys and cruises, goes to the park to see Falcon Captain Black America. It makes sense on paper. Like in 2018, this made sense. Let's take $200 million. Let's put it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then we're going to do a movie. All the little black kids, they're going to run out. Woo, it's going to be Black Panther Part 2. They're going to run out, support Falcon Black America. Then they're going to buy the toys. Then they're going to want to go to the parks. It's just money flowing in a circle. Made sense back then, okay? Made sense. Little did they know, Anthony Mackie, he's not a superstar. Problem is, these movies stop making billions of dollars, so there's no extra money to funnel into these shows, and then the shows are also not driving people to the movie theater to watch some of the films, so now we just losing money for no goddamn reason. Now we losing money. And on paper, that CEO probably said, hey, let's stop doing this. We didn't see an increase in subscribers for Wonderman. They charted for 1 week. It's amazing that Yaya Mateen got an Emmy, but we're not wasting money on these shows anymore. It just don't make sense on paper. All of these companies got into streaming, and it just never made sense on paper. Unless you can make a lot of these inexpensive shows, it don't make sense. Now what you see more streaming services adding in ads or different tiers to generate revenue, because there's no money in the streaming game without advertisements or different tiers. Like there's just no money in this. Disney Plus, in one of my old jobs, we had a very close partnership with Disney. Disney Plus is a marketing tool to get people to buy merchandise, movie tickets, park tickets, cruises. Disney Plus is not a streaming service. Disney Plus is a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. So it absolutely makes no sense to keep investing hundreds of millions of dollars into these TV shows with no return or with little return. Let me give you an example. WandaVision, for example. You can say people watch WandaVision. We had high viewership. People then went to watch Multiverse of Madness, which made almost $1 billion. That makes sense. Okay, that the circle is working. That makes sense. We went from TV show to movie to merch. People like Wanda. That makes sense. Some of these other shows, they just make no sense. That's also why, I don't know if y'all saw earlier this week, the CEO announced that now they're about to open a free tier to Disney Plus to attract other customers, kind of like Tubi. He's essentially incorporating the Tubi model. So sounds like they're going to have a free channel. Disney has a huge library, so they're probably either just going to have live movies running all the time or just shows airing like TV and it's on demand, but you're going to have ads all the time. So streaming is just changing. When you're incorporating a free tier and everybody was picking at Tubi 1 year, 2 year, 3 years ago, everybody laughing at Tubi. Oh, you got a Tubi movie. Tubi was learning the game early. Tubi learned it early. And now you see somebody like the new CEO, which is smart. It is smart on paper. Hey, man, we finna open up a free tier to Disney Plus, and we're going to be able to put a bunch of ads into there. That's going to make sense. So Disney and a lot of these companies are realizing there's no money in streaming, and they got to figure out a way to generate some funds through this business venture. And that leads us right into the next topic, which is going to be Wonderman. Before we talk about Wonderman, let me just check y'all comments. As Jack says, so are they just going to close down Disney Plus because no Marvel and Star Wars shows? Like, what's the point? They're not going to close it down. It's going to be there. Torian said, I think they overplayed their hand with the shows. Some shows worked, some didn't. Y'all saying no more shows. Let's do animation. Creole Pearl said Anthony Mackie think he bigger than the program. Say Mackie think he bigger than the program. Oh, Lawrence says Sony was smart with their Netflix deal and they bought Crunchyroll and hold a monopoly anime. Yeah. Tubi is Fox. Yep. YouTube got free movies with ads. YouTube, if you have YouTube Premium, I think they're about to do a deal now with Peacock. Yeah. Charlie said, but there's already ads on Disney Plus. But then you finna have a level of Disney Plus where you don't even have to pay. That's gonna have more ads. All right, let's talk about Wonderman, because all of this kind of flows into Wonderman. So Wonderman season 2 has officially been canceled, and the reason for cancellation is nobody knows. But in my opinion, I think Wonderman is canceled. Like we just talked about, these things, they just don't make money. Wonderman did not drive a lot of people to sign up for Disney Plus. So on paper, I just feel like it just doesn't make sense. Now, Yaya Mateen, he did get an Emmy nomination. You know what I'm saying? This show did chart for 1 week on the Nielsen charts, but that's just not enough to keep the show going. Me personally, was not a fan of the Wonderman show. I thought Yaya Mateen deserved better, but he loved the show. So if he loved the show, I can't want better for him if he's fine with what he got. He cool with it. And I do understand why it was critically acclaimed. It was a good show. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It's a superhero show. I wanted to see him doing a little bit more superhero stuff. I didn't really care too much for the relationship with Trevor Slattery. It was cool. Then it started to get a little bit too old. But I do think Yahya Mateen did a great job in this role. I think he deserves that Emmy nomination. And on a micro level, I don't think this show was canceled because it's black. But on a macro level, like when you pull out and when you see all of it together, you see Wonder Man, Blade, Armor Wars. Yeah, it starts to look a little weird. It starts to look a little weird. But what's crazy is they said the writer's room was established, contracts were signed. The showrunner, Andrew Guest, he had some words to say. Let's take a look at what Andrew had to say.
Just want to say I've been listening. I appreciate you all. I feel how you all feel, and I just want to clear up what I can here. This is not a marketing stunt. There is no movie in the works, and Destin's schedule and no one's schedule was an issue. Yahya, Destin, Sir Ben, and I all loved making this show, all felt passionately about continuing to do it, and were eager to. Contracts were signed, schedules were cleared. The writer's room was supposed to start this month. The production was supposed to begin early next year, and there was a decision made internally between Disney and Marvel that this didn't make sense for them, even though a few months ago it did. And that's essentially all I really know. Numbers aren't really shared with me. And even though the writer's room hadn't started, I'd written the first episode of season 2, and we had an outline for where the season would go, and everyone felt really good about it. It was going to be a really incredible season that hopefully surpassed season 1. I appreciate everybody getting out there and letting your voices be heard about how you feel about this. And I think there's important conversations being had online about the kind of stories that we're prioritizing and the kind of shows platforms want to make. I hope people are listening. And I also hope that Emmy voters are thinking about Yahya, how much he deserves an Emmy for the incredible work he did on the show.
So yeah, man, that's your showrunner. The showrunner is saying, hey man, we was getting the room together. We signed contracts. We had an outline. And then all of a sudden they was like, shut it down. And it goes back to what I said. I really think the CEO of Disney is just looking at all of these line items, and they just finding places where to cut money. They're finding places where to save money. They're finding places where not to waste money. And as harsh as it sounds, doing a Wonder Man Part 2 is just a waste of money. It's a waste. We're not getting nothing out of it. There's nothing coming out of doing a Wonder Man TV show. And it's not just a Wonder Man TV show. It's all of the TV shows. I just, you know what I'm saying? But Yahya Abdul-Mateen, he also spoke on Instagram. He said, hey, man, this is life. Everything will work out. Glad to be a part of something cool. I don't think this is the end of Yahya Mateen in the MCU. I think he shows up again. It would be so unfortunate to have Yahya Abdul-Mateen on your roster and you not do anything with him, especially since he has a connection to the Department of Damage Control, which was in Spider-Man. So hopefully we will see Wonder Man in the future. The way they were talking about how his powers came alive during his teenage years, I mean, sounds like he's a mutant to me. I don't know. So hopefully Wonder Man pops back up somewhere because people like him. The things that I do think Kevin Feige can control is where some of these characters show up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's in Secret Wars. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in the Mutant Saga. I wouldn't be surprised if he's walking around the X-Mansion, because I think that Kevin Feige is aware that people like Yahya Mateen. So yeah, man, sorry that Wonder Man got canceled. Yikes. Torian said, Tina, will you see the new Yahya movie by any means? I probably will. Lawrence said, I want to see Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother. I'm going to check that out. S. Shattuck says, optics are awful when Jeff Snyder is writing that it looks kind of racist. Jeff Snyder. Nathan said, they will just say it was originally supposed to be a 1-season series, and that's what people will believe, unfortunately. It really should have just been a 1-season team. Oh, Lawrence said, y'all didn't hear anything? Did the sound go out? Did my sound go out? Lawrence said, got to run it back. We didn't hear the sound. You didn't hear the sound from the Showrunner speaking. What sound went out? Let me make sure I'm plugged in here. Can y'all hear me? Lawrence is saying the sound went out. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure y'all can hear me. You good on this end? Okay, y'all let me know. If y'all can hear me, I think we are going to move on to Blade. Blade. Let's talk about Blade. Well, it looks like we have the final nail in the coffin. Mahershala Ali has spoken, and he said him and Blade are done. It's over. He said he don't want to talk about Blade anymore. He said, when y'all think about asking me about Blade, just keep my name out your mouth.
And I'm so fucking serious when I say this. Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
That's how he feel. Keep his name out your fucking mouth. He said don't ask him about Blade no more. So all the interviewers out there, keep Mahershala Ali and Blade, that combination, keep it out of your goddamn mouth. So how did all of this get riled up? So Kevin Feige was on a media tour before Comic-Con, and he was asked like, yo, what's going on with Blade? And Kevin was like, man, I feel like a failure. I couldn't get Blade going. Now, I still had a little bit of hope. My brother Blue was like, Tina, Blade is canceled. It's over. I'm like, no, I got hope. I was like, maybe he'll show up in Midnight Suns. I'm like, maybe Mahershala Ali is still here. And Mahershala Ali said, hell no, I'm out. So sad. But this week, Oscar Award winner Mahershala Ali said, don't ever ask me nothing about Blade again. Don't ask me. Ask them. So, according to Ali, Marvel had him under contract. They had the money, and if they truly wanted to make this movie, it would have happened, but they didn't. So he has now decided to move on from the project. He said they got billions of dollars. If they wanted to make this happen, they would, and he's absolutely right. I say this every time we talk about Blade. This movie could have got a budget of $100 to $150 million. And if it makes $500 million, I mean, everybody wins. Fantastic Four made $500 million. You telling me Blade wouldn't have made $500 million at the box office? So like he said, they didn't want to get this film made. Honestly, they just didn't. And I'm going to keep it real. I don't understand why people get mad that Marvel isn't giving them the black representation that they want, because Marvel has never given you the black representation that you wanted. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Am I disappointed that Blade is canceled? Yes, I am very disappointed that Blade is canceled. But guess what? Anytime I get disappointed, I just go cut on Sinners where there's black vampires, or I just go cut on AMC Plus where they got black vampires. Like, what we talking about? Y'all want black vampires? Just go watch the black vampires somewhere else. AMC Plus is giving you 3 seasons of black vampires with Interview with the Vampire, Queen of the Dam, black vampires, leading projects. The whole first season, you're dealing with black people. You want to see black vampires? Go over to AMC Plus. AMC is a small network compared to Disney when it comes to producing content. And I'm like Mahershala, y'all got the money to do it. Y'all just don't want to do it. Marvel is not about to get my blood pressure up because they don't want to make a Blade movie. It's just not going to get my blood pressure up. And I've been saying for years, when you compare vampire content to like action movies, fantasy, sci-fi, it's the easiest one to make. It's easy. When you're dealing with vampires and witches, they just human beings with fangs and powers. Like, this is low budget stuff that we're dealing with. That's why Agatha was so cheap to make. It's just a bunch of humans walking around. And I saw John Roca. John Roca was like, well, Mahershala Ali wanted to have Blade fighting the KKK. Bro, no, that is so far from the truth. I don't know why so many people want Blade and Sinners to be the same project. The only thing similar about Blade and Sinners is they were both period pieces, and Ruth Carter worked on the clothes on both projects. The initial draft of Blade had Aaron Pierre as the villain, not the KKK. Jesus Christ. And that bothers me. Misinformation bothers me so much because it doesn't help the conversation on the failures of Blade. If we keep talking about the movie didn't get made because they wanted to have goddamn the KKK in it, it's not true. It's just not true. Like, you got people saying, well, you know, Disney isn't gonna have a black man killing the Klan. Like, let's don't even talk about that, because that's not what that movie was. Like, true enough, it was a period piece. Yeah, he probably was gonna be killing some white people, but Wesley Snipes was killing white people. Hell, it don't mean the white people was the Klan. Aaron Pierre was the villain. It wasn't the Klan. Like, that bothers me so much when I see people that the Klan was the villain. And then, y'all are right, the story then shifts. They want to bring the daughter in. She was going to be an important part of the story, but she wasn't going to be the lead. Then the story shifts again, and you bring in Mia Goth. So when we're looking at all these different shifts of the story and the drafts, the Klan was never the villain. Like, we got to stop letting folks say that, because it muddies the water, and it makes it seem like Mahershala Ali just wanted to start taking out non-melanated people, and that's just not the truth. It's just not. They just didn't want to do it and came up with every excuse possible not to execute it. The last draft that I heard about Blade, and I'm for sure because I know people was working on Blade. The last draft that I heard about Blade, it was present day. It was in Africa. There was tribes of vampires. Like, they had ideas. It just boils down to they didn't want to do it. That's just it. They just didn't want to do it. And you can't blame the script and the director. People tried to say, oh, Mahershala Ali is falling out with all these directors. Him and the first director, they falling out. That's not the truth. Because guess what? Him and the first director just went across the street to Amazon, pitched the story on him being a hitman with a sword, killing people, and Amazon said, let's get down. Let's do it. Because when you really want to do something, you just do it. You just do it. You just get it done. The real answer is Marvel just did not want to do Blade. That's just it. That's it. And I'm going to keep it real. I don't know a lot about Impound Comics, but I saw he put on TikTok and was like, y'all need to stop crying, asking Marvel to make content you want. Instead, you can just go and support other comic book companies who is giving you the content that you want. And I saw some people got mad at him saying, oh, he just trying to promote his business. But I agree with him. I totally agree with him. Why are y'all sitting around mad that Marvel isn't doing what you want them to do when you literally have black content creators creating comic book stories, short stories, and the way that technology is set up right now, you and your homies can get together and make your own vampire movie. If you want to play in the AI pond, you can create your own freaking vampire movie and put it on YouTube, and maybe a studio picks it up like they did Obsession and Backroom. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Why is y'all mad? Why is y'all mad at a company for not giving y'all black representation when they never really gave black representation? When I really started to get on YouTube and I noticed the algorithm was only sending me certain people covering Marvel, I was having a hard time trying to find other creators because YouTube makes it so difficult. One day I was like, I'm gonna just create my own goddamn content and find my own community, because we do have the tools to do that now. So if Marvel don't want to make a Blade movie, yes, you should be able to voice your displeasure, but don't get your blood pressure up, because they're showing you the things that they want to prioritize. And I hate to step into the political world, but keeping it a being, a lot of y'all either didn't vote, you helped spread propaganda to get Trump elected, or some of y'all did vote for Trump. And politics matter. We are in a time frame right now where companies are so scared of Trump, so they're rolling back DEI, and politics and movies and these businesses, all of this stuff is mixed in together. It's all mixed in together. So I'm not surprised I'm not surprised everything that's going on. So Blade is dead. They probably won't try to touch it for another 10 years because very similar to T'Challa, very similar to Kang. A lot of black actors may be like, I ain't finna touch Blade right now like how y'all did Mahershala. Y'all nah. I think even if they want to recast Blade, some black actors might be like, hey. Some black actors might be like, if y'all did Mahershala like that, give me something else. So I'm just confused. I really am confused when people are upset about Marvel not giving them representation. Because until Black Panther, did Marvel ever show you that they really wanted to like do black stuff? I never watched Marvel in hopes of seeing black stuff. I just watched Marvel because I used to read the comics back in the day and I used to watch the cartoons. I never went to Marvel for black representation. Never. It's just crazy. She said, so is Ghost Rider easier to make over Blade? Obviously, we're going to talk about that too. She said, ain't mad no more. Yeah, don't be mad. Don't be mad. Nathan says, so we black people are supposed to be silent. I'm not saying be silent. I think people, look, first of all, this is America. Everybody has a freedom of speech. I think you should voice your displeasure for sure, but I also don't believe that we should be let down if they do something that they've always done. Like what? Like this, and this is, we're gonna talk about this more when we get to T'Challa. If they done laid the breadcrumbs down, ever since the initiation of Marvel, there has never been this big focus of black representation. So why do we think there would ever be like a really big serious focus of black representation when it's never been there? You know what I'm saying? They know what they doing. I work in corporate America. They know what they doing. These folks are not oblivious. These people are aware that when we cancel Blade, a small portion of the black community is going to get mad. But let's take a look. How much money does that portion of the black community bring into our overall box office? We got a $10 billion box office over the past 3 years. How much money does the black crowd bring in? Oh, they bring in about 10 million. Oh, they'll be all right. They don't care. What? Y'all think these people don't know? Y'all think they don't know? Y'all think they don't have the statistics and analytics that they know how much influence like the black dollar has and how much L's they gonna take by upsetting us? They don't care. Because guess what? Guess what? These companies are gonna roll with us. They gonna roll without us. Until we start looking over somewhere else and say, oh, dang, let's go over here and support this company. Let's go over here and support this company and build this company up. Why y'all think, as much as we hate on Tyler Perry, why do you think Tyler Perry said, man, I'm just going to create my own stuff? Because wasn't nobody giving him opportunities? He could knock on Hollywood's door all day and night. He can have his pitch decks ready. Look, I was in the movie industry when Tyler Perry was in the movie industry, and I have seen some of the things that Tyler Perry went through to try to get his films, because when I was in it, they were plays. He was trying to pitch his vision to people like, yo, listen, I'm telling you, these plays, there's an audience for these plays. We just got to get it to film. They couldn't see it. They just like, I can't see it. Tyler Perry didn't keep begging. Tyler Perry said, man, I'm going to go keep doing my plays, going to get my bread up. I'm gonna do my own thing. So I'm not saying your voices shouldn't be heard. What I'm saying is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, that's it. Don't be sitting over here so pissed off that Blade is canceled that you don't realize there's other black fucking vampires in the world. That's just the reality of it. Williams and the Wayans did their own thing. Yeah, man. Just do your own thing, man. That's it. Dwayne said Disney and Feige should be put in front of Congress and forced to sell off the black characters, films, and rights. Dwayne, how you gonna tell them people they're forced to sell characters that they created? That's their character. We don't own these characters. These not our characters. These characters are created by Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, and a bunch of other people. It would be different if we created these characters and we gave them to Marvel, and now Marvel isn't doing anything with them, so we get our characters back. That's not the case here. That's what happened with Tomi Adeyemi with Children of Blood and Bone. Tomi owned Children of Blood and Bone. She gave Disney her property and said, hey, get this movie made, and if this movie isn't made in 10 years, give me my property back. That's what happens when you own something. We don't own Blade. We don't own T'Challa. We don't own Luke Cage. So we can't make these people get in front of Congress and say, give us our stuff back. It ain't ours. Dwayne said, what do you think about fan films for black heroes? I love it. I love it. I'm so fascinated that we live in an era where, and I know AI is dangerous. I know people don't like it, but there's this guy on Instagram. I forgot his name. Maybe I'll pull him up and I can bring his Instagram page up next stream next week. And he creates these little short AI movies, and the black characters, they have mutant powers and they vampires and they ghosts and goblins, and I think that stuff is dope. He's not running to Disney saying, please, can you make this? Nah, I got the tools, I'm gonna create it myself. The Real Karma said, man, we all know these white folks stole most of the Marvel and DC characters from other cultures, especially Africa. Let's be for real. Black Panther, that's erasure of the Black Panther Party. Let's be for real. Of course they have taken influence from, real life black people to create black characters. But all in all, we don't own them. That's a whole nother conversation on, people using, the cultures of other people to create art. That's different. That's completely different. Natik says, until some of our own are in the chair making decisions, the change in interest in some of our heroes on the big screen are going to be a slow crawl. That's true. And that's why I'm a big fighter for DEI. I know people hate DEI, and I know some people are going to say all skin folk ain't kin folk. And that's true. Everybody doesn't have the same interests. We are not a monolith. But from my experience, when you have a diverse office, things can move a little bit quicker than a non-diverse office is what I'll say. So. Nisha said, child, what is going on with Tomi and the Children of Blood and Bone? Because honestly, it's a mess and I'm sad. I don't know. Torian said, Tina, I think I know who you talking about. The person who does the AI black sci-fi stuff. Yeah, I think his name is like Meek something. I can't remember. But he just pops up on my timeline and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. S. Jaddick says, Coogler is in the chair making decisions. Moore was in the chair as well. They just making all the wrong ones. Jesus, when we get to Black Panther. Y'all, I don't even drink. I might have to go make a drink tonight. When we get to the Black Panther topic. Y'all are not finna stress me out about Black Panther tonight. All right. Let's move on. All right. So we're going to have a quick conversation about Ghost Rider. We're going to take a commercial break. And then when we come back, it's all X-Men and Black Panther. I might have to go fix a drink. I need to see if we got some alcohol in the house. Because I got a feeling y'all going to stress me out. And I'm too old for that. We just talking. Let's talk about Ghost Rider. All right. Where's it at? Okay, so Marvel has shifted gears and officially announced Ryan Gosling as Johnny Blaze in a new Ghost Rider film with Sean Levy set to direct. Listen, this has been a fan casting for years. Scoopers have been reporting on this for years. Kevin Feige has admitted that they have been talking to Ryan Gosling for years to figure this movie out, and it sounds like it's coming to life. And listen, I ain't gonna flex. I'm kind of salty because y'all couldn't figure Blade out, but you can figure Ghost Rider out. That's a whole nother topic that we just went through. But hopefully, you know, he's Johnny Blaze. Hopefully Mephisto shows up, because the whole thing about Ghost Rider is selling your soul. But yes, there is a Ghost Rider movie in development. And it's just so sad because, and this is why I can't get too emotionally invested in this stuff, because the same story Kevin Feige is telling us about Ghost Rider and Ryan Gosling is the same story he told us about Mahershala Ali and Blade. He's like, you know, Ryan Gosling came to me and said he wanted to do Ghost Rider, and I said, let's do it. He said the same thing about Mahershala Ali and Blade. Mahershala came to me and said, let's do Blade, and I said, let's do it. Hey, how can you turn down Mahershala Ali? Y'all can't figure out how to do a vampire movie, but y'all finna figure out the CGI on a skull with flames coming off of their head, but you can't figure out how to put some goddamn fangs on a vampire. They ain't want to do it. That's the explanation. They ain't want to do it. That's it. Torian said, Tina, his name is Malik Nightfall. That's him. I knew it was a Malik something. If you have Instagram, y'all should go follow Malik Nightfall. He creates these short AI stories of black people, black kids. They have superpowers. They superheroes. I think it's dope. She said, don't care about no Ghost Rider. S. Jaddick said, get the drink ready, Tina, because I'm cooking Coogler tonight. Dwayne said Gosling is too dry for this character. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do. Brogru said they can't make a Blade movie, but I guarantee you they ain't gonna have no problem making Ghost Rider. Nathan said, Tina, was it Normani that you was thinking about, a lesbian? Well, now we back to the lesbians. No, it wasn't Normani. It wasn't Normani. I'm gonna remember it one day. I'll remember it one day. What we was talking about, the lesbians. All right, y'all. Quick little commercial break. Do y'all think I need to go get water, or do I need to go get a Bud Light? Which one do I need? Cause y'all not finna stress me out. Y'all not finna stress me out. The real Karma Thomason, damn, Coogler getting mad hate. We was all just praising him on Sinners. What happened? What is with the British? Real Karma, I guarantee you, if you stay around for another hour, I don't know if you new here or not, you gonna see what all the Coogler hate is. Khadijah said, hot damn, I caught a live. What up, Khadijah? Thanks for stopping in. Jabari said, go get some yak. All right, y'all, we finna take a commercial break. I'm finna go get some water. All right, when I come back, we're gonna be talking about XMen. We're gonna talk about Black Panther, and then we're gonna y'all are funny. We're gonna get up out of here.
Commercial break with the movie Lair. Grab some water and some snacks. Meet back here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. We cover rumors and movies, all that here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. Grab some snacks and pull up a chair. Commercial break with the movie Lair. Wakanda to Gotham, we talking all that here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. The movie Lair.
Grab some water and some snacks. Be back here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. We cover rumors and movies all day. Gotham, we talking all day. Commercial break with the movie Lair. Commercial break with the movie Lair. Grab some snacks and pull up a chair. Commercial break with the movie Lair. From Wakanda to Gotham, we talking all day. Commercial break with the movie Lair.
Commercial break with the movie Lair. Grab some water and some snacks. Meet back here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. We cover rumors and movies, all that here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. From Wakanda to Gotham, we cover all that here. Commercial break with the movie. Grab some popcorn and snacks. Pull up a chair. Commercial break with the movie Lair. The movie Lair. Cover rumors and movies, all that here. We cover rumors and movies, all that here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. From Wakanda to Gotham, we talking all that here. Commercial break with the movie Lair. They for chillin' on commercial break with a movie Lair. We're about to start right now. Get back here. They for chillin' on commercial break with a movie Lair. With a movie Lair. With a movie Lair. They for chillin' on commercial break with a movie Lair. With a movie Lair. They for chillin' on commercial break. Get back here. Get back here. Put it back here. We're about to start here. Start here. Start here. We're about to start here. Start here. Start here.
Listen, y'all not this is what I got. Water. Y'all not finna have me stressed out in here talking about get some yak, get some vodka. Nope. Y'all not finna do it. We're gonna have a nice, clean, sober stream tonight. Water is what I got. Free Spirit said, what up, y'all? What did I miss? Free Spirit. What up, homie? You ain't missed nothing too much. We finna get into the real deal stuff now. We finna talk about, hold on, let me pull up the list, what we finna talk about. We are finna talk about Dr. Doom, Spiderman, Beast and Rogue casting, Emma Frost casting, Cyclops casting, Storm, and then we gonna close it out with the Black Panther. That's how we closing it out. So you ain't miss too much of nothing. But yeah, water. Y'all not finna stress me out tonight. Y'all are not. We gonna have us a nice friendly chat. No Coogler slander will happen tonight. I'm giving you a warning, S-Jadix. All right, y'all. Let's get into the next topic. Oh, we gonna talk about Dr. Doom.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. You don't want spoilers, you better skirt. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. You don't want spoilers, you better skirt.
All right, we may be going into Doomsday spoiler territory. I'm going to put up the little spoiler alert banner at the bottom. So if you want to cut the audio down and you don't want to hear this or you want to come back later, we are about to talk about Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. I am Doom, you are Doom.
All right. So at Comic-Con, they dropped the second trailer for Avengers Doomsday, and it was so much more powerful than the first trailer, and we found some information out. We now know for sure that Dr. Doom is from the 828 universe. So he knows Sue and Reed Richards. They said the trailer opens up and Sue is talking about, man, they said this was Sue saying, Victor, he was a good dude until everything was taken away from him. And then they say you see Reed yoking Dr. Doom up and he like, Victor, did you do this? Victor, did you do this? So the second trailer lets us know that there is a connection between Victor, Sue, and Reed Richards. And they said Victor says in the trailer, he looking at the Avengers and he's like, all of you have lived stolen lives that you refuse to give back. I don't know what the hell that means. What? How they done live the stolen lives? So originally, and this may be a spoiler, we're going to talk about a few theories. So originally, the rumor was Dr. Doom was from a different universe, and when Steve goes back in time, he causes an incursion, and the incursion kills Dr. Doom's family in that universe, and now Dr. Doom got beef with Steve. This new information ain't adding up. It ain't adding up, because if he's from the 828 universe, obviously an incursion hasn't happened because 828 is still alive. So an incursion couldn't have killed his family. So maybe the theory is, and this is just theory time, maybe, I ain't gonna say maybe, we know for sure he's from 828 universe. Maybe he's been studying incursions and Steve does cause an incursion when he goes back in time and he creates a branch timeline. Because we have previously heard, that's gonna happen. Maybe Dr. Doom is just studying and practicing and trying to figure out a way to stop future incursions. And we've heard rumors that maybe an accident happens in his lab and that's how his family ends up dying, because he's experimenting and researching incursions. And maybe he blames Steve for causing the incursions that causes him to be obsessed with incursions. It's just crazy. I don't know. It's a lot. But they got a lot of heavy lifting to do. That's why this movie is almost 3 hours long. But I do think this movie is going to make a lot of goddamn money. I think this movie is going to make a lot of money. It's coming off of the heels of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is booming. And I think this movie is going to be big. And I wish that second trailer that they released at Comic-Con, I wish that was the first trailer. Because it really makes you feel what that movie is going to feel like. Because for the longest, I was a little upset because I'm like, we really finna do Dr. Doom and he don't know Reed Richards. So at least we know for sure that Dr. Doom is from the 828 universe. So that's what we heard. All right. Jadik says, Doom being from 828 just feels like Damage Control. They better play some MF Doom music. Khadijah said stolen lives. I don't know. Lauren said they were supposed to die in Endgame. Okay. I gotta see how they connecting all this. She said, I don't care. Tall guy said, this movie's gonna be peak. Nathan says 1.6 billion to 1.7, possibly 2 billion. I originally said 1.7, but the way Spider-Man moving, this gonna be big. Dwayne said, let's pile hundreds of characters on top of a weak story. It'll sell. So Dwayne, are you saying you don't think this movie is gonna make money? Please don't tell me you sound like my brother Marcus over at Back of the Bus. Do you believe that this movie is not gonna make a lot of goddamn money? This movie gonna make some money. It's gonna be huge. Y'all think Spider-Man is gonna be huge? This movie is gonna be humongous. This is gonna be a big movie. I'm telling y'all right now. This is gonna be a big movie. All right. Speaking of Spider-Man, let's talk about Spider-Man now. If you have not seen Spider-Man,
spoiler alert. You don't want spoilers. Better leave. Spoiler alert.
We spoiling. The whole last half of this freaking stream that I'm doing is probably going to be about spoilers. But man, let's talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man is trending to be the biggest movie of all time. It's made over $1 billion in 7 days. It surpassed Avengers Endgame as having the biggest opening of all time. And it's a good day over at Sony Studios. I know they're happy. So let me tell y'all, when I watched the movie, I felt very conflicted. I walked out like, that was a good movie, but something was off. Something was off. And I think for me, it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on, and I tried to let go and just be in the movie, but I still was looking around like, why are we doing all of this? But don't get me wrong. I think this is the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie that he's made. It's not my favorite. I do think it's the best, but it's not my favorite. For some reason, and I don't know why, I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie with Mysterio. I don't know why. I just like that movie. This movie here was really busy. It was really busy. I don't think it's for kids at all. This movie was very adult. And there were times where the pacing got real low. And I took my little cousin. I can catch him like kind of dozing off a little bit. Because Spider-Man movies are usually very bright, fun, colorful. This one had some really, heavy moments. But the good things that I did like about this movie, I like Tom Holland in it. I think the swinging was great. I loved his dynamic with MJ and Ned. I know some people wanted to be over, but I like them three together. Oh my God, dog. Him and the Punisher. I want to see all Spider-Man movies with the Punisher now. I thought their dynamic was great. I love Spider-Man and Punisher. John Bernthal as Frank Castle was just on point. I just enjoyed him and Tom Holland bantering together. That was just so fun. I think Sadie Sink did an amazing job as a young Jean Grey. I do feel like the Hulk was just kind of like dropped in to kind of further the plot along. But I had fun seeing Bruce Banner. I had fun seeing Bruce Banner. It sucks that he ended up in the goddamn crazy home. Ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about how they done put Bruce in the crazy home. They probably finna be giving him all type of medication, shooting him up with all type of stuff. Man, pour one out for Bruce, man. I feel a little sad about Bruce. Now. Tombstone looked a disaster. They ain't have to do my boy Marvin Jones like that. They ain't line his hair up. They gave the man razor sharp teeth. I was so disappointed. They ain't give my boy but like 30 seconds of screen time. They should have just let my boy Marvin Jones just rock the baldy. He could have rocked the baldy. They had my boy looking rough in this movie. This is why you can't be comic accurate about everything, because he looked a mess. What a waste of talent. What a waste of talent. I hope they bring him back and let him really build out this crime empire in New York, because I know y'all did not bring Tombstone back for 15 seconds. What? This is what I be talking about with Marvel. Y'all be getting all these talented actors and y'all just be playing with them. I know y'all ain't bring him back. All right, let me check the comments. Nisha said, I haven't seen it yet, but it seems like it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Cleve said, I said the same thing, but it was just me. Lauren said Spider-Man 2 was better. S. Jaddick said, I saw someone dead. What you mean? Creole Pearl said, this was so good. I took my daughter. She loved it. S. Jaddick said, I saw someone describe Brand New Day as 2 movies being put together. S. Jaddick, you ain't seen the movie yet? But yeah, it's definitely 2 movies. Like, it's like when the movies start, we over here, baby, you get to the middle, but you over here. I'm like, oh, shit, this took a turn. We talk about something different. Lauren said Bruce need to go find his son. Khadijah said they probably gonna be experimenting on Bruce. Lauren said he played Tombstone in the Spider-Verse movies. Yep, he did. Nisha said, I'm screaming, why they do him like that? Because why y'all do him like that? They ain't even have to get him them teeth. He didn't have to. Tombstone ain't have to have them sharp teeth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dead wrong. Dead wrong. Free Spirit said, I loved it. All right, we still talking about Spider-Man. Next up. Zendaya. The business acumen of Zendaya is so amazing. Shout out to her team. Let me bring La Roach up. Let me bring La Roach up here. When they did the exit polls for this movie, 1 in 3 people said they went to see this film because of Zendaya. Now, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Zendaya is the breadwinner in that family. Okay? Zendaya is the breadwinner in that family. Okay? Not only is she a child star, she extends far beyond movies, right? Zendaya's star power extends far beyond movies. I'm talking about fashion is a large part of her social imprint on the world, and that's largely influenced by La Roach. Even if Zendaya is only in the movie for 10 minutes, because she really don't be in like some of her most recent movies a lot. I think they say she was in Spider-Man Brand New Day for 12 minutes. She was in the Odyssey for like a couple minutes. She gonna be at every single premiere because fashion is such a large component to her brand. And how these brands look at it is, I don't care if she gonna be on the red carpet for 10 minutes. We want her wearing our clothes. We want her wearing our clothes. And you have little girls, young women who think she's dope. They think she's good to look up to. And then you pair her with Tom Holland. All right. Tom Holland, who is Spider-Man. You have a recipe for success in this film. You have a recipe for nothing but success in this film. It's also why I hate Kevin Feige saying, oh, audiences don't want to have to watch a lot of things. They don't want to have to do homework. You have some people who have followed Tom Holland and Zendaya's relationship from Spider-Man 1 until now. So you have people invested in this story, and that's why she makes up 1/3 of the people going to see this movie. Because people like her, but people also like them two together. So earlier, when this movie was coming out and people was like, oh, I hope Zendaya ain't in it. This is why y'all don't sit in boardrooms. You got to think about the money. Zendaya bringing in some money. She's bringing in money. 1/3. She makes up 1/3 of the box office. That's crazy. That's why I don't know how it went down in y'all theater. But in my theater, that scene, and if you have not seen the movie and you don't want no spoilers, leave for about a minute. I'm giving you a warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get the hell out. In my theater, that scene, when we thought MJ remembered who Peter was, and everybody was just like, oh, my whole theater was just like, oh. That comes from 4 movies of people being invested into this relationship in film. Okay? So everybody who wants Zendaya out of this movie, they want Peter to move on to Gwen Stacy or whoever. I don't know if it's going to happen. They may save Gwen for Miles. Who knows? But this whole section was about the business of Zendaya. Zendaya is a business within herself, which is crazy. That's insane. Lauren says Zendaya is the biggest star. She's about to have 3 big movies this year. Is it 3 or is it 4? She has Spider-Man, Doom, The Odyssey, and she had the movie with her and Batman. I forgot the movie that came out earlier this year. Creole Paris says Zendaya ate in this movie. Khadijah says Zendaya, Tom, and John having a hell of a year, hell of a career. JD Informant said cult members. I don't want to say people are, I don't know if you're saying that they're cult members or people who follow them are cult members, but this whole universe is full of cult members. This is what makes entertainment. People get invested in these people. That's just the reality of it. You are invested in me. You show up here every Friday when I stream and we all talk and we have a good time because you guys are bought into me. It is no different than people being bought into Zendaya. It's no different than you being bought into Black Panther. It's entertainment. JD Informant said, I don't trust that Lion survey. Why do you think Zendaya is the breadwinner in the family? Khadijah said, Zendaya be telling them brands that they got to pay whatever law say the budget is for the project. JD Informant said 1 out of 3. Yeah, grass is red. Jay, do you know anything about Zendaya? Do you know what we don't know? Like, look, Jay, I don't know, Jay. I don't know what you're surprised about. Why do you not believe that Zendaya can have influence on this movie? We've been over this. Jay said we've been over this. Jay, did you try to holler at Zendaya and did she shut you down? Like, what's going on with the Zendaya hate? What did Zendaya do to you? You have a young Black woman. I know she's biracial, but she considers herself a Black woman. You have a young Black woman who is non-problematic. Zendaya don't be in no mess. She go to work, get her money, stay out the way. I think this is a great role model. What's going on? who hates Zendaya? Look, if you hate Zendaya and Beyonce, I think something wrong. When you hate on somebody who don't bother nobody, I think something be wrong. I think something be wrong. Now, if she was problematic, if you could be like, nah, man, she be beating on time, I'd be like, yeah, you right. But JD Informant said, I don't trust the hype. Okay. I mean, men lie, women lie, money don't lie, numbers don't lie. Zendaya, I'm just so confused on what you don't believe that Zendaya is a superstar. I'm confused. All right, now we heading into spoilers. We still talking about Spider-Man. So if you haven't seen the movie, get up out of here. So Sadie Sink is officially Jean Grey, and y'all know this has been very hard for me to accept. I went through a period of mourning. I went through a period of being in denial about this casting. I still think she's too short. I'm very upset. And I am a short person myself. Me and Sadie Sink are probably the same height. We both about 5'1", 5'2". But it's official. Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. And there's nothing I can do about it. And like I said, it has nothing to do with her acting ability. It's just she's short and she's not going to grow any taller. She looks like a kid. They said in the movie she's anywhere from like 15 to 17 years old, and she looks like it. Oh, she looks like a baby, even though she's 24 in real life. But outside of my personal gripes, I think Sadie Sink killed it. I liked her as a young Jean Grey. I think the story surrounding doing what you got to do for your family member is something I can relate to. Y'all snatched my sister up. I got to go find her too. Y'all get to messing with my sister. I might got to go find her too. And instead of introducing the X-Men to us first, Marvel introduced us to Jean Grey, one of the most powerful mutants in all of comics. And they didn't hold back showing just how dangerous mutants can be. Throughout the movie, we saw Jean using her telekinesis on a level that is terrifying. Like, crazy. Like, she's possessing people. She's tearing through damage control. And from the outside looking in, she looks like a weapon of mass destruction. She's a problem. And I think that's the point. I think that is the point. Marvel isn't just introducing mutants. They're giving the world a reason to really fear them. If regular people see someone with powers like Jean Grey, they not going to stop. They ain't going to ask no questions. They going to want registration, containment, and protection. And that's exactly the kind of tension that has always been the heart of the X-Men. So no matter how I feel about the casting, I think how this was set up was perfect. I think this is a golden way to really start laying the breadcrumbs down for the mutants. I think this was dope. Now, shout out to Nexus Point News. They were the first people to break the scoop that Tremel Tillman will be playing William Metzger in the movie. He goes by Bill Metzger. I think they did a good job of having Jean Grey scare the shit out of him. Yeah. They're setting up his motivations on why he's gonna want to go after mutants very aggressively. That girl had glass about to go into his face. Yeah, he's scared as hell. Yep. He's scared as hell, and he's gonna make it his mission to hunt down mutants. Jean Grey essentially did what Wanda did. Jean, girl, you took control of a town, of a little section of a city. Now, Jean Grey only did it for like 15 minutes. Wanda had them folks in a blender for about 2 weeks. Wanda was hell. Wanda was a problem. And now, I do got some complaints. Marvel, you just want us to accept that mutants have been here all along? Like they just been here and we ain't know about it? That's some BS. That is some BS, because some of these mutants, their mutations are visible, like Beast and Nightcrawler. So us as the audience, we just got to play dumb and just be like, yep, they've been here all this time. Don't ask no questions. Like, that's the only thing I didn't like. That is just so stupid. But once again, ain't nothing I can do but accept it. But y'all telling me mutants have been running around the MCU all this time. Ain't been no reports of no weird looking blue people, no weird looking yellow people, somebody who's taller than normal people. Like, we don't know nothing about the mutants. They just showing up because Sadie Sink here. That's crazy. But yeah, man. As far as Spider-Man goes, the movie was great. I think this was a great movie. It's not my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's not something I'm rushing out to watch again, but it was well made. Destin Daniel Cretton did an amazing job. He's a director. Tom Holland says he's preparing to pass the mantle, and all signs are pointing towards Miles Morales. He says he already has it planned out, and I think this is great. Go ahead. Let's introduce Miles while Tom Holland is still Peter Parker. He can pass the torch either by the time the 6th movie rolls around. Right now we're on movie 4. So Brand New Day is movie 4. I say by movie 5, we should be introduced to Miles Morales, maybe as a post-credit scene or the end. And then the 6th movie should be about passing the buck on. So I like that Tom Holland has enough foresight and say, hey man, I'm about ready to give this thing up. I'm ready to give it over to Miles. And it seems like Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal are all on board for the passing of the torch. So I'm with it. But yeah, man, that's all I have on Spider-Man. That's all I got on Spider-Man. Y'all talk about Zendaya. Charlie said, I need to finish it. S. Shattuck says, honestly, this makes the Stranger Things behind the scenes video so much funnier when Millie and what's his name was crying. Nisha said, yeah, I didn't like it either, but she's a good enough actress. Yep. Nathan said, looking at Kit Connors as Cyclops, I think Sadie Sink and him go together well. Yes. S. Shattuck said, Kit is going to get danced on acting wise. JD Informant said, why not bring the agents from Wonder Man? The two they built up. Maybe they over there on the West Coast handling the mutants on the West Coast. Kevin said the VMAX scene was really good. Yep, that was dope. Kevin said Jean freezing the whole city. Yep. S. Jaddick says Feige really seems to be going for Gen Z and younger millennials. Sadie from Stranger Things, Kid from Heartstoppers, Melton from Riverdale. Bit of a gamble. We'll see if it pays off. Let me see. Make sure my microphone in. Okay, microphone back working. Natik said, Tina, when you get to the Black Panther comic, I want to respond to it in a short video. how it could become a double-edged sword for those who support it and those don't. Natika, are you saying you have a video you want me to play? Torian said, remember Tina, Kamala is a mutant too. Yeah. Kevin said, I think the mutations happened after Endgame. Can't be after Endgame because Namor has been a mutant for, what, hundreds of years now? Dwayne said, what's a trip? Ain't she supposed to be with Xavier at this age? How they got her on here doing crazy stuff? Nathan said the casting of Miles Morales has to be correct. Yeah, it got to be right. Got to be right. All right. What we got next? Black Panther. No, X-Men, then Black Panther. All right. Can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure my mic didn't go out. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? We didn't lose. Can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah. Mic is good. Okay, just wanted to be sure. All right, y'all. So we got X-Men casting rumors making the rounds, this time from Jeff Snyder. So according to him, Charles Melton is wrapping up his deal to play Beast, and Kaylee Spaney is expected to land the role of Rogue. Now remember y'all, Marvel has not confirmed either one. So for right now, this is still in rumor territory. Because even now, Jeff Snyder is trying to walk back Kaylee as Rogue. He's now saying, hey man, I don't even know if Rogue is going to be in the movie. Okay. So, let's start with Charles Melton. I like Charles Melton as an actor a lot. I thought he was fantastic. I can't remember the movie that I saw him in, but he's building a really impressive resume. But if this is true, I kind of feel like Beast is a waste for Charles Melton, because once Hank transforms, he's going to spend most of his time under motion capture and blue CGI. And you talking about one of the most charismatic, good-looking actors in Hollywood hiding behind fur for the next decade. I'm pissed. I'm mad. Such a waste for Charles Melton. Now, as far as Kaylee Spaney goes, I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar with a lot of her work. I looked it up. Looked like she's been in Priscilla, Civil War, Alien Romulus. I still haven't watched Alien Romulus yet. It's on my to-watch list. My biggest thing with Rogue, whoever y'all pick to be Rogue, just make sure she can get that Southern drawl right. Make sure she can get that accent right. If Kaylee is going to be the one stepping into the role, I hope she can nail that Louisiana flavor, that Southern flavor. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real good to be Rogue. And I haven't watched season 2 of X-Men 97, but season 1 of X-Men 97 did such a great job with Rogue. Like, I'm talking about upped Rogue so much. I was like, I want to see more of Rogue in live action. Like, Bo DeMaio did a damn good job with Rogue. So these are just rumors for right now. Everybody keeps saying that Charles Melton as Beast is like pretty done. But Kaylee Spaney that one's kind of up in the air, because Jeff Snyder, even today or last night, he's walking it back. He was like, I did hear that she was Rogue, but now I'm hearing that she might not be Rogue. Rogue might not be in the movie. So yeah, we just gonna keep that in rumor territory for these two. All right. Tall Guy said he started out most of his early years in his human form. The blue fur came later. You are right. Dwayne said the only thing I seen him in was Bad Boys 3. I don't think Charles Melton was in Bad. Was he one of the police guys? I think Charles Melton, Bad Boys 3. I think he was one of the police people. And Yep. He was in Bad Boys 3. You're right. I forgot. Yep. So I saw him in Bad Boys 3. I did see him in Beef. Did see him in Warfare. But yeah, I like Charles Melton. S. Jaddick said a short Rogue is worse than a short Jean. S. Jaddick says, can Milton play smart? Never seen him as anything but a dumb jock. He's an actor. He can play smart. Khadijah says, yeah, because that's Louisiana. I hope they get the accent right. Yeah, they might need to go get somebody from Louisiana because Louisiana people, they real strict on them accents. If that accent ain't right, my family folks over in Louisiana gets a little upset. Look, when it comes to Gambit and Rogue, y'all just go find somebody from Louisiana. Just go get the people out of Louisiana, because I don't want to hear Louisiana mouth. Louisiana, they start getting real feisty if you don't get it right. Rogue is from Mississippi. That's what I thought. I thought she was from Mississippi. Gambit is from Louisiana. That's what I thought. Gambit is from Louisiana because he's a Cajun. Latoya, what up, Latoya? She said, "What up, my beautiful people?" All right. What we got next? The White Queen. I like this. Let's talk X-Men confirmations. I like this. So, Deadline has confirmed that Samara Weaving is stepping into the role of Emma Frost. Yes. This is perfect casting. I have seen Samara Weaving in movies. This is what I'm... Yes. This has me excited because this is what we was talking about a couple weeks ago. Y'all remember a couple weeks ago? They was like, oh, we looking at Margot Robbie. No, you don't need Margot Robbie for Emma Frost. Go get somebody like Samara Weaving. Go get somebody like her. She gonna eat this role up. Samara Weaving just feels like Emma Frost to me. She has an elegance and a confidence that can flip from charming to ice cold in the blink of an eye. She gonna eat this up. Emma Frost isn't just a telepath. She's calculating. She's manipulative. She's intelligent. She's never the second smartest person in the room. Emma Frost walks around like a bad bitch. Okay, I like her. I don't know how quickly we're gonna get to her diamond mutation, but Emma Frost is one of the most unique characters in the X-Men universe, and I just love her. Now, this is where things start to get a little interesting. I've seen some people say that because Samara Weaving is older than Sadie Sink, Marvel is probably going to lean towards adapting the version of Emma Frost from the new X-Men or Generation X. And honestly, I can see that because in the comics, Emma does eventually evolve from the White Queen to becoming a teacher. But I don't want us to jump into Emma already being a teacher. I want Marvel to start with villain Emma Frost. I want the White Queen. I want the White Queen. I want the Hellfire Club. I want the woman who walks into every room and she's 10 steps ahead of everybody. She's manipulating people. She's reading minds. That's what I want. I don't want Emma Frost coming in as a teacher. I'm going to be pissed off. We better get Hellfire Club Emma. That is what I want. Emma believes, especially when she's a part of the Hellfire Club, power exists to be used, and she's not afraid to push boundaries to get results. She is old money. Old money. She is the definition of a White Queen. I love it. Start with the Hellfire Club. And the best part is, Marvel doesn't lose anything starting there. Emma can spend one movie, maybe multiple movies as an antagonist before, she slowly starts to earn her redemption arc when she eventually joins like the X-Men. I want to watch this character grow. I don't want her to come in being no teacher on day one. I'm going to be pissed off. I think if you skip her arc of going from the Hellfire Club to a teacher, we not getting real Emma Frost. So we really got to start with the Hellfire Club. We really got to start with, I want to start with her and her daddy, so we can see where she got all that money where all her money came from. How she got kicked out of the house and ran away, and how she even got involved in the Hellfire Club. That's where I want to start. I love this casting. I think this is great. Awesome job. Nathan says, I hope they let Emma Frost kick some ass. Badass villain, not just stand there and look pretty. That's what I'm talking about. Nisha says, is that the girl from Ready or Not? Yes, it is. Yep. Static says, Samara is good casting. I figure Emma will be running a rival school. No, we don't need no. Static says, Tina gonna be so sad when Jean beats up Emma. I ain't gonna be sad. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. JD Informer said Blue was talking about XMen Evolution. No. Emma Frost has such a good arc. They don't need to ruin that. Jack says, I don't think Kevin has the balls to do a proper Hellfire Club. Saw a rumor that Adam Driver is actually Sebastian Shaw, which makes sense if Emma is in the movie. I saw that too. I just don't feel like they would do anything that they've already done before. And we kind of did a little bit of the Hellfire Club, but it wasn't done all the way right. So I would like to see a proper adaptation of that. I think Adam Driver would be okay as Sebastian Shaw. I don't feel no types of way about it. I don't feel no types of way. But yes, man, how do y'all feel about this casting of Emma Frost? If we being honest, based off of the castings that we got, this is the only one that's perfect to me. This is the only one that I've been like, yes. Sadie Sink, y'all know how I felt about that. Even Kit Connor, I was just like, okay. When they announced this, I said, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. All the X-Men casting should be perfect. We should not be slacking with the X-Men. This is why I'd be pissed off. Because why we slacking on the X-Men? Everybody should be perfect. How y'all can find her to be Emma Frost, but y'all can't go and find some redhead girl who's 5'8", 5'9", 5'7" to be goddamn Jean Grey. We had to go find a 5'1" Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. And once again, this is no disrespect to Sadie Sink's acting. I think she's a great actor. I think she's a phenomenal actor. I think she killed it in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I just wish she was 5 inches taller. Because, and this is how you know Emma Frost has to be like a full-grown adult compared to like Jean Grey. Because there has been times where it felt like Jean Grey and Scott and Emma was kind of close in age. Samara is a grown-ass woman. This is a grown-ass woman. Sadie Sink and Kit Connor are goddamn kids. We dealing with grown-ass women now. Emma Frost is a grown woman. Samara Weaving is a grown woman. But yeah. I love it. Perfect casting. This is great. Next up. All right, let's talk about Cyclops. All right, y'all. So it looks like Marvel may have found its Cyclops because according to Deadline, Kit Connor is the choice to play Scott Summers in the upcoming X-Men movie. How y'all feel about this? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about Kit? How y'all feeling about this? Now, keep in mind, Marvel hasn't officially confirmed this yet, but when you got people like Deadline reporting, This is damn near set in stone. What I'll say about Kit, when I found out about Kit, I wasn't jumping for joy, but I was just like, oh, okay. That's how I was. Like, when I found out about Samara Weaving playing Emma Frost, I was like, oh. When I found out about Kit Connor playing Cyclops, I was like, oh. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. This is what I'll say. I think it's a solid pick. All right, let me I'm trying to get my thoughts together about him because I'm trying to toe the line on how and what I want to say. I think this is a solid pick. And for me, if you're in the theater, I love it. I love theater kids. He is a theater kid. He's talented. He's a nice little British kid. You know what I'm saying? We all like the little British. He's a little British guy from Heartstopper. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that before. Him and the actor who plays Wiccan, Joe Locke, they both played teenagers who fall in love with each other. So we got a little British queer Cyclops. Okay, one of the girls. We got a little one of the queer Cyclops. Shout out to the gays. Shout out to the gays. We made it to XMen gays. We got a little queer Cyclops. But you know what? Let me stop. The gays been in X-Men because Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart playing Professor X and Magneto, both of their actors was gay in real life. So whatever. We now got the new school gays. Welcome to new school gays to the MCU. What I will say about Kit is he's young. So we are leaning heavily into young X-Men. I think Kit is like 22, 23. Sadie Sink is like 24. And in the Spider-Man movie, they mentioned that Jean Grey was like 15 to 19 years old. So we are definitely dealing with young adults for sure. We are dealing with young adults. I do think him and Sadie Sink look great together side by side. They are close in age. And we can speculate a little on what type of story may be told. Since they are young, we may be looking at the earlier days of the original X-Men team and then eventually transition into like giant size X-Men. The story where Cyclops has to step up and be the true leader of a much bigger roster. I also think this opens the door for Mr. Sinister. We've already heard rumors that Mr. Sinister may be in it. He's definitely involved with Scott and Jean. They are the center of his story. So we may be going with giant size X-Men, the original team with Cyclops, Jean, Beast, Angel, Iceman. They all young, they inexperienced. They fail on an early mission, and then Professor X, they got to go get Storm, Nightcrawler, and Colossus, and then Wolverine. But to be fair, we haven't heard any casting rumors of an Angel or Iceman, so we don't know if they're really going with the original team or not. Like y'all said, Blue, Dan the Man, a lot of people have mentioned they may be going X-Men Evolutions route. We'll just see. We'll just have to see. Now, everybody keeps talking about Scott, Jean, Emma Frost love triangle. Honestly, I don't think that's where Marvel is headed. If Sadie Sink is playing a young Jean Grey and Samara Weaving is playing an older Emma Frost, that age difference just makes me think Marvel is setting Emma up like in a different role. Now, true enough, Emma Frost and Jean Grey and Scott, they already do have an age difference, but this just looks very lopsided. So I don't think we're gonna be doing the Scott, Jean, Samara Weaving romance. I think they're laying the breadcrumbs for Madeline Pryor. That's what I think. If Marvel spends a couple movies building like Scott and Jean's relationship, I think they're gonna eventually go with the Clone Saga. Yeah, that's what I think. So that'll be interesting. I liked it in X-Men 97. They did a good job with it. That story naturally opens the door for Mr. Sinister becoming one of the MCU's biggest villains. So yeah, man, I don't think we getting a Emma, Scott, Jean love triangle. I think we going Madeline Pryor with this one. Also, I find this Cyclops conversation so fascinating because just a few days ago, people was absolutely dragging Cooper Hoffman. If y'all don't know who Cooper Hoffman is, he was the guy from The Long Walk. Folks was saying he wasn't handsome. He didn't have a superhero look. He didn't fit the image of fans had for Scott Summers. But now Kit Connors is reportedly the choice. And if we being honest, Kit and Cooper Hoffman, they look alike. They look like they could be brothers. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Like, y'all was dragging Cooper Hoffman and him and Kit Connor look like damn brothers. What? Listen, now, I'm not saying that Cooper Hoffman would have been my pick, but I'm just confused because Kit Connors and Cooper Hoffman, they look alike. If Cooper Hoffman would have got this role, they would have put that man in the gym. They would have had him eating steak and potatoes, giving him steroids, and he would have dropped that goddamn weight so fast and put on muscle like it was nothing. But it's so fascinating to me, this conversation around beauty and the X-Men. Like, when they announced that Kit Connor was going to be Cyclops, my first thought was, because I remember him playing in the show Heartstopper, my first thought was, oh, it's the kid that looks like Cooper Hoffman. Maybe they was looking at Cooper Hoffman because they do kind of favor. But you know what the difference is? Kit done got in the gym and Kit done lost some weight. You know what I'm saying? Kit done lost some weight. But yeah, Kit Connors is our new Cyclops. How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling about Kit being the new Scott Summers? Let's check the comments. Nathan says, just wait until people find out that he's bi. He's one of the gays. Free Spirit said, I don't really know about him, but he seems like a fit. He fits with Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink. She just said, that's low vibrational, Tina. Jatic says, Kit is getting ducked on acting wise by Sadie. Sadie is going to be a blowout. I mean, they're both theater kids. We'll just have to see. Gold coin. What does gold coin mean? Nisha says, I honestly feel like the X-Men of the 2000s was some of the best casting for the characters. Like, they really look like the X-Men. I feel like we won't get that close again. The Real Karma said they might show us a younger Emma Frost in Battle World. I don't know. Lawrence Report said they first cousins, low-key. I was confused. I was so confused that people was dragging Cooper Hoffman and he looked just like Kit Connors. I have been so amazed at the conversation around beauty standards and superheroes this week. I'm like, Kit Connors and Cooper Hoffman look just alike. Maybe y'all don't know, but they look just alike. Kit Connors is 2 cheeseburgers away from being a chubby boy, because he was a chubby boy and then he lost the weight and now he a little, now he got a little size on. He 2 cheeseburgers away, baby. He's 2. I was so confused. Free Spirit said regular white boys. Lauren said he and Dave going through it. Baby, you wait till I get to David. Poor nephew David. Jesus Christ. Lauren said it's like they say, same daddy, different mama. No, they got the same mama and daddy. It ain't even no same daddy, different mama. Latoya said the 2000s cast is sexy as hell. They were. That was a good looking cast. It was. I didn't like the actress playing Rogue. I'm like, she don't really look like Rogue, but I accepted it. Lauren said they look very British. They look very. Let me tell you, baby. I woke up and they said Kit Connors is Cyclops, and I was like, he looked like Cooper Hoffman. And I'm seeing everybody on my timeline like, yes, Kit. So glad it wasn't Cooper. I'm like, Kit and Cooper look just alike. I see why they was looking at both of them. They look just alike. I think people was intentionally finding pictures of Kit Connors. Cause he done lost a little weight, but I'm like, they look alike. Toya said David Jonsson funny looking. I'm sorry. Wait till I get to David. We gonna work on David, baby. We gonna work on David. We got something for David. Nisha said I like the old Rogue. I like the old Rogue, but she really wasn't Rogue. She didn't really give Rogue to me. Kevin Davis said people on the internet can't stop no actor from getting a job in the X-Men film. Marvel Studios just don't want to hire Cooper Hoffman. I do agree that, I mean, the internet can influence decisions in these offices 1000%. We would be crazy to say that the internet does not have influence on these offices. They do. Ecstatic says Cooper is American. He might be, child, but he one generation away from Great Britain. Cooper Hoffman, cause he the nepo baby. Ain't his daddy an actor? Look, he American, child, but he still got them European roots. Them European roots is real strong, cause he looks like a good old British Englishman. Yeah, he from San Francisco. He lived in New York, Chicago, Illinois, San Francisco. Yeah, man. Cooper Hoffman is a nepo baby. His daddy is an actor. The late Philip Seymour Hoffman. All right, moving on. Moving on. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. All right, y'all. So one rumor that's been floating around is that we still have not heard anything about Storm, because the rumor is Marvel may want Ryan Coogler involved in casting her, especially if she's going to be in Black Panther 3. Now, if that's true, I understand the logic, right? I get the logic. If the plan is for Storm to cross paths with T'Challa Jr., played by David Jonsson, to potentially build towards a relationship from the comics, then yeah, I understand. I get it. But I don't agree with it. I just don't. I don't like it. Y'all know, if y'all have been here, y'all know how I have felt about Ryan Coogler being involved in Storm's casting. I don't like it. And y'all know Ryan Coogler is my guy. I trust him with just about anything. But after seeing the younger direction Marvel appears to be taking with like Jean Grey and Cyclops, I actually think Storm's casting needs to be centered around the X-Men. I don't think Storm casting need to be centered around T'Challa Jr. Storm need to have her ass over there with Sadie Sink and Kit Connors, and they all need to be in a room together reading. Whoever is playing Storm is going to be spending majority of her time with Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Emma Frost, Professor X, and the rest of the team, not in Wakanda. Not in Wakanda. If I'm Marvel, I'm bringing all of these actors together in the same room, and all of them is doing chemistry tests together, because that's the family you trying to build for the next 10 years. Storm may visit Wakanda. She may even have a romance with T'Challa Jr., but I don't think that should be the priority when we are making decisions in the entire mutant saga. I do not think that Ryan Coogler should be casting Storm to fit TJ. Storm need to have her ass over there with Sadie Sink and Kit Connors, and we need to be putting women next to them to see how that lines up. You know what I'm saying? Storm needs to fit over there. That's where her chemistry is at. Then if Storm wants to, come get an Airbnb in Wakanda every once in a while, that's cool. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I've been saying for a while now, I want Jamie Lawson to play Storm. I still think she is an incredible actress, and talent-wise, she would absolutely crush it. But after looking at where Marvel seems to be going with this X-Men cast, I don't know. And I've been getting hell on Twitter about it, because I said, when I picture Jamie Lawson standing next to Sadie Sink as Jean Grey and Kit Connors as Scott Summers, it don't click. I don't see it. Like, I'm looking at this picture, it's not clicking. It's just not clicking for me. And it's not about age, because Jamie is only 28, Sadie is 24. It's barely a difference in the age. It's just about the presence. It's about the presence of Jamie Lawson. She has this natural authority about her that comes from the kind of roles that she's played. My God, she's played Betty Shabazz, Malcolm X's wife. She's the mayor in Batman. Like, those are not youthful coming of age roles. They're characters with gravitas, leadership, life experience. So when I see her standing next to a teenage Jean Grey, it starts to feel less like two teammates and more like mentor and younger student. And I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't like 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 it. And that's where Marvel has to be careful. And don't get me wrong, Storm is one of the most respected leaders in Marvel, but I don't want that respect to come from making her feel like she got to be a goddamn caretaker. I just don't. One of the things fans have been vocal about for years is avoiding the trope where the black woman is automatically positioned as the nurturing figure for guiding everybody else. Storm should absolutely become a leader, but she should be a leader alongside Jean, Scott, and the rest of the X-Men. Not above them. Not above. I want Storm, Jean, Cyclops, and Nightcrawlers and the rest of the team. Well, let's take Nightcrawler out. I want Storm, Jean, and Cyclops to feel like peers. I want to watch them grow together. I don't want Jamie Lawson to be the teacher teaching these little badass kids. If Marvel is truly building a young X-Men franchise that can last 10 to 15 years, then Storm's energy needs to fit into the ensemble. She doesn't need to feel like she's next to Professor X before the movie starts. She needs to feel like an equal, a peer. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. And don't get me wrong. A lot of people are fan casting Jamie Lawson, and I'm telling y'all right now, maybe people need to lower their expectations. Y'all need to read The Room. The Room is very young and very young feeling, and I feel like people are going to be highly upset if it's not her. They just went through this with Damson Idris. So many people believed he was going to be the Black Panther when he wasn't. But if you would listen to me, you would have known that already. So I honestly believe that Jamie Lawson is probably going to end up in the MCU. Will she be Storm? I don't know. I don't really think so. I just don't. Now, if this cast was older, I could see it. I could see it. But do not be surprised if Ryan Coogler is in charge of this casting and he pulls an ace up his sleeve and it's somebody off the wall and people are going to be disappointed. So I would honestly tell people, hey man, y'all might need to bring y'all expectations down. Just bring it down a little bit and read The Room. The Room is looking very young. The Room is looking very 17, 18, 19 years old. That's what The Room is looking like right now to me. Let's check the comments. Latoya said, I heard that Cynthia Erivo was being considered for Professor Charles Xavier. Nah, we not finna do that. Eshadic says, Jamie Lawson if Coogler's picking. I don't believe so. I don't think it would do that. I don't think so. Jabari Muhammad said, I want Coog off the Black MCU, please. Adija said, damn it, Storm is my absolute favorite girl, point blank and period. I love Storm. I don't want Storm to be... Nathan said, you know, it might not even matter. Storm is about to be powerless and falling out of the sky. Yeah, you right. Eshadic said, kind of funny that Ryan picked a 32-year-old for Toussaint, same age as Samara, but Sadie Sink, Kaylee are like 22, 24. Melton is like 32, but he will be blue anyway, so that doesn't matter. Tall guy says, look, Alexis Demi was in her 30s acting like a teenager in Euphoria. They can make it work. Let me see what Alexis Demi looks like. Alexis Demi looks young. If you can look young, you could play young. People still think I'm 20 years old. I'm old as hell. As Jack said, but yes, Jamie don't look the same age as Sadie or Kit. Sink and Kit can play a teenager. Jamie can play like 24. Yeah, she don't look like she they peers. Even though they all around the same age, Jamie is just Jamie just a grown ass woman. That's just the simple answer to the question. Jamie and Samara Weaving are just grown ass women. Whereas Sadie Sink, and this goes back to once again her being so short. When you're short, even though you're a grown ass woman, people still treat you like you a kid. I'm short, so I get it. I was damn 24. People still thought I was 15 years old because I'm short. So it's just how she looks. Marvin said, Tina, calm down. Storm did take over the school. Dev said, you need Royal. She can play it. No complaints here. She definitely can play royalty. That's why she was my first pick. If I think we were going with an X-Men that was like 25, 26, 27 in casting, like they looked like adult, I was like, yeah, Jamie is the obvious pick. But they got these kids that looking like they can be teenagers. Lawrence said, a mammy, I see what you're saying. Yeah. The magician said, expectations, I have none. All right, that's it for Storm. We are moving on to the Black Panther. Last topic. Oh, we might get out here by midnight. We might get out here by midnight. This whole section is just going to be a I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. So let's talk about it. So let's pull it up. Let's get everything loaded up here. Let's talk about the Black Panther. So we officially have a new Black Panther, and he will be played by David Jonsson, and he will be playing T'Challa Jr. Yes, he will be playing T'Challa Jr., which is the son of T'Challa and Nakia, and his Haitian name is Toussaint. Yes. He was introduced to us at the end of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. All right, let's talk about positives. David is an incredible actor. Anytime people speak on him, they say he's an incredible human being. Him and Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri, they know each other. They cool. They have a relationship. That's important when you're dealing with this franchise. Whoever comes in has to fit into Ryan Coogler's world of Wakanda, because hate it or love it, this is his version of Wakanda. This is his version of Wakanda. So David Jonsson was introduced at Comic-Con. Let's take a look at his intro.
The last time we were together, we got to make a movie. We introduced a character who's a son of the character that the great Chadwick Boseman played, our T'Challa in that film. And today, I want to tell you guys that this next film, he grows up, he comes of age, and we have to find an incredible actor. You guys in this hall, you guys might know some of his work. He was great in a movie called The Long Walk. He was great in Alien Romulus. I want you guys to give a warm welcome to our new Black Panther, Mr. David Jonsson. This young man.
I actually don't want to say too much because I want to let this screen do the talking. But believe me, the honor is entirely mine. Thank you.
All right, so my initial gut reaction was, wow, he's small. I'm like, he's small and he's not going to grow anymore. So Google says he's 5'9", which really means he's 5'7". So I was like, yikes, we're going to have a small T'Challa. After I got over his height, I was like, okay, whatever. This is the guy. Like, it is what it is. Like, it wasn't nothing else I can do. I'm like, he's a great actor. He's playing the son. Cool. Whatever. It is what it is. This is what we got. Then I saw people get upset that it was the son. So now I'm confused. Because I'm seeing some of my followers. I'm seeing some of y'all who be here every week. I'm seeing some of y'all mad and confused. And y'all should not be confused. I was kind of mad that y'all was mad. I'm mad that y'all mad that it's the son, because I've been telling y'all for over a year now that it was going to be the son. I've been telling y'all that this was going to be a coming of age story about this son. Countless videos. Every time we live and the subject comes up, I'm like, y'all, it's going to be the son. So I was confused on why y'all was confused. Look at the clip for all the times I done told y'all it's going to be the son.
Where we stand at today, Ryan Coogler is actively writing his story, and that story involves T'Challa, Toussaint. Jeff Snyder dropped the scoop and said he heard they were recasting T'Challa. That's what was in his newsletter. So then I got on the phone, I called some of my peoples, I jumped in some DMs, and they told me that they heard Coogler ain't talked to nobody from Marvel, and Toussaint is what we rocking with. I then put out a video and said, listen, y'all, Coogler ain't talked to nobody about recasting T'Challa. He's seen Toussaint through. Coogler is writing Black Panther 3 about the son on the other, and Coogler has a trilogy that he's trying to finish and cap off, and the ending of that trilogy is Toussaint becoming the king of Wakanda. T'Challa Jr. is gonna be the new Black Panther.
So I'm pissed off at y'all. I'm mad at y'all. Y'all mad at Ryan Coogler, but now I'm mad at y'all because I've been telling y'all, and y'all mad. And why y'all mad? Because I've been telling y'all. I was so upset that y'all was upset. I'm pissed off because I feel like that y'all been listening to me, but ain't really been listening to me. So I've been wasting my time coming on here every week doing all these videos telling y'all it's gonna be the son. I done got mad at y'all. Y'all mad at Ryan Coogler. I'm mad at y'all. I'm telling y'all. I was talking to people plugged right in, close to the situation, and nobody believed me. Every time I would be a guest on somebody's YouTube channel, I hate it going on because I feel like I would be the Debbie Downer. Like, I would hate going over there on Planet Fanatics because I feel like when I'm on the stream, I'm a Debbie Downer because, you know, they would be getting hype and be like, yo, we should recast T'Challa. And I feel like I would be the Debbie Downer, like, y'all, it's finna be the son. I would be like, I know y'all want T'Challa recast, but it's gonna be the son. So I felt like I had been telling people, I'm telling y'all, I'm talking to people close to the situation, and I'm like, y'all, it's gonna be the son. And then you had some people saying, well, I don't like the casting because he's ugly. Grown men saying it with their chest. I'm talking about grown men saying y'all don't like who they pick for T'Challa because he ugly. Grown men.
Last time
I was
Where
blown.
we stand at today.
Hold on, let me find the video. Where is the video? Yeah. Grown men saying it with their chest. They don't like it because they feel like the boy ugly. Where is the video?
Short, ugly British African David Jonsson that Hollywood has been trying to force on us for the past few years is going to be the new Black Panther. I hate this. Will not be watching it. Number one, because I am so tired of British.
We gonna watch all that. So I'm confused because now I'm seeing grown men. I'm seeing grown men saying that another grown man is ugly. And true enough, you have your freedom of speech. You can say what you want. But what really be blowing me is they look like goddamn brothers too. This is no worse than the Cyclops situation. You got this grown ass man sitting on the internet saying another grown man is ugly, and y'all look like goddamn cousins. Y'all look like brothers. Y'all look like uncle and nephew. I'm so confused. I'm so confused when other dark-skinned people call somebody else who dark-skinned ugly, and y'all look just the fuck alike. I'm just lost. I'm so lost. Y'all look alike. Y'all look alike. That boy look like he could be your nephew. The boy look like he could be your cousin. The boy look like he could be your goddamn son. Okay? So I'm a little confused. I'm so confused on the conversation, especially from dark-skinned men saying the boy look ugly and y'all look alike. I'm just lost. I'm a little blown. I'm a little blown. Now, I swear to God, I feel like I've been in high school the past 2 weeks listening to other men call men ugly. From David Jonsson to Cooper Hoffman, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind of men calling other men ugly. Y'all been stressing me out. Let me tell you something. First off, ain't nobody ugly in Wakanda. They about to call them barbers, the barbers from Atlanta. They finna call them barbers from Atlanta. He finna get a nice ass, sharp ass Wakandian lineup. They finna hit that head with that goddamn sponge. Auntie Ruth Carter about to put him on some of the best clothes. He got some little bags under his eyes. They gonna get that fixed. He about to act his ass off in this movie. And I guarantee you, mark my words, 2 years from now, women are going to be going around talking about how cute he is. He finna hit the gym. He finna get a stylist. I have seen this in Hollywood time after time after time, especially when it comes to dark-skinned men. I come from the time of Wesley Snipes and Tay Diggs. All of them went through, oh, they ugly. Then all of a sudden, they motherfucking done glow up. I remember when people used to say Wesley Snipes was ugly. I remember when Tay Diggs was ugly until how Stella got that groove back. I remember when Wesley Snipes was called ugly and then all of a sudden he got a little money and now he cute. Money make people look different. Y'all remember when Jonathan Majors went from Lovecraft Country to all of a sudden he was a heartthrob? Y'all think they not finna glow this man up? Y'all think they not finna glow this man up? Man. What? We'll be back here in 2 years. And then the conversation gonna be, I don't see what all the women see in him. They just like him because he Black Panther. They just, bruh. People ain't ugly, they just broke. Okay? He finna get some money and he finna start walking different. He finna start having a little swag about himself. He ain't got a nice line up there, baby. They finna line that hair up. I'm telling you right now. As Jaddox says, he looked scared and soft. Chad came out on the stage, stood next to RDJ and Evans and looked like he belonged. Marvin said, boy, it's hard in these nerd streets. This comic book world is crazy. The magician said, oop, don't be pointing at me. I'm not in this one. AJ said, we have false hope. Lawrence Report said, Tina with the receipts, you got to respect it. I got more receipts. I got more. Creole said, there was never a plan to recast T'Challa. I'm trying to go through all these comments. It's a lot. Marvin said, I met Johnny Depp and Jack Nicholson. They both dwarfs. They are. S. Jaddox said, if you ain't read the comics, we don't care about your opinion. S. Jaddox. And this be the problem with comic book purists and book readers. Y'all think the general audience don't matter. We don't get this without the general audience. I can't even read through all these comments. Mr. J said, I'm extremely handsome to homeless women. Hey, that's right. JD Informant said, women, especially the Umar women that are going to want him, are desperate and lost. Free Spirit said, glow up gonna be crazy. I'm saving all of this, Free Spirit. I'm saving all of this because we're going to come back to this. I have lived a life where I have seen, like I said, Wesley Snipes is ugly. Tay Diggs was ugly. I done seen Hollywood glow some men up. That man just got some little bags around his eyes. They gonna fix them goddamn bags. They gonna line that goddamn head up. That man gonna be all right. Tina said they'll holler for a check. It ain't even about they'll holler for a check. When you get money, and not even a lot of money, when you think about people who, and I'm not saying this man is in poverty, I'm just having a conversation. When you think about people who are poor, right? They can't afford to get their hair done every week. They can't afford to go to the dentist, so their teeth fucked up. They can't afford to go to a dermatologist, so their skin not good. So it's not that women gonna holler at you for money. It's just that when you get money, you just start to look different. You done went and got your teeth fixed. You can go to the barber every week now. You got a gym membership at LA Fitness or what's the expensive gym called that everybody be going to? I can't remember. I don't go there. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I done seen it. I don't know how old some of y'all are. I have seen it. Even in recent history, we went from Jonathan Majors coming off Lovecraft Country. People talking about, oh, he ugly, he got a big ass nose. When that nigga started hanging out with Michael B. Jordan and they hit that Creed press tour, all of a sudden he was the finest man in the world. I said, wow. Same thing gonna happen to him. Same thing gonna happen to him. Divya Moore said Wesley got swag though. Wesley ain't always have swag. Y'all need to go back and watch them old Wesley movies. When you get swag, it starts to come along. He gonna be all right in the looks department. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on. Now, let's talk about Damson. And I hate to be the I told you so police, but I told y'all Damson did not have this role. I have been saying this for over a year. Damson Idris is Prince Enon in Children of Blood and Bone, and he was not Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. He was not in Ryan Coogler's Black Panther production. Every time I brought it up, I kept saying that because that's what I was hearing. This is what I'm hearing, like from people. I know people in Damson's camp. I know people in Coogler's camp. Everybody is telling me the same thing. And I'm telling y'all, I ain't worried about everybody outside of this family. I'm talking about y'all 60 people that's in this chat who be here every week. I kept telling y'all, I'm like, bruh. Damson Idris ain't got this role. He ain't. Last I heard, it was T'Challa Jr. So where I stand at right now, Damson Idris at this moment is not in the MCU. I think he 1000% wants to be in the MCU. Right now, Damson Idris is Prince Enon in Children of Blood and Bone. Geeky Cast thinks he's gonna be the next T'Challa. Geeky Cast is saying. Now, the people I talked to, I haven't talked to nobody lately. I talked to somebody a couple months ago, and they said it's just a rumor.
So I don't know, but Black Panther, yeah. Told he's Black Panther. That's what I'm told. I don't know what else. I don't know why they're hiding it at this point because it's, I mean, you know what I mean? Like this person that I'm talking to has literally tripled down on this. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's no way it can be anything different. Like yeah. Bro's going to the events dressed in the suit. So it doesn't, if it's somehow not, then I'm going to block the person and I'm completely mind blown because it makes no sense.
Yeah. Cause somebody I talked to, somebody close, and I said, hey, are you hearing that Damson has his role? What are you hearing? And they're like, nah, it's just a rumor. Nothing is not said. We not square on that. And the person I talked to, like I told you, has been, anytime Black Panther is involved, this person has been involved. Yeah. Has been involved. I went through like 4 or 5 of my videos just to find that. If I really go through my history of all my videos of saying that Damson Idris was not going to be this variant, my God. Now, I always heard that Marvel wanted Damson. Outside of Darius, I was the first person to tell y'all for sure that Marvel had been in talks with Damson, but Damson wanted to know what's the deal with Ryan Coogler. And what did I tell y'all? I told y'all that Ryan Coogler hadn't been talking to them. Marvel couldn't tell Damson anything about Coogler because Coogler wasn't talking to them boys. So I think Damson was in limbo. I think Damson met with Marvel. They offered him a variant role for Secret Wars or Doomsday. And he was like, nah, I ain't trying to be that variant. I want the long-term deal. Like, what's going on with Coogler? They couldn't tell him nothing with Coogler because Coogler wasn't talking to them niggas. Now, the question is, why didn't Coogler pick Damson? And I think Ryan was looking for someone who could embody the characteristics of Chadwick Boseman. I think he felt like David Jonsson could fulfill the characteristics of playing Chadwick Boseman's son. I also think he was looking for someone to fit into his world of Wakanda. The reality of it is he wanted somebody he could drop in, and this guy can go in and everybody could feel comfortable with David Jonsson. And I know some people were making jokes and accusations like Damson didn't get the job because of Lori Harvey. And at first, I shrugged it off. But then I really thought about it. And this is a who you know business. And believe it or not, a lot of people get jobs because of who they know. And a lot of people don't get jobs because of who they affiliated with. And you better believe a lot of people on that set love Michael B. Jordan. And yeah, these people should be professionals, but let's keep it real. People are involved in their feelings in this Black Panther situation. So would Damson Idris fit into that world of Wakanda as an actor? Yes, he would. Yes, I think he could have got the job done. But was there something deep down inside of Ryan Coogler that he just couldn't put Damson in that particular role? It's a possibility. I don't know. Because imagine Damson Idris is Black Panther Jr., all right, and we on the red carpet, and Damson walking up with Lori Harvey and Michael B. Like, we try to like downplay it and be like, oh, these people are professional. These people are real people. Let's don't act like we have not worked with people who done dated the same person and this tension around that situation. So I'm not saying there's credence to this, but I'm also not saying like the thought probably didn't cross his mind like, how does Damson fit into this world and what does that look like as a whole? I also felt like, and we talked about this on the live a couple weeks ago, I felt like Damson Idris would come in too hot. I felt like Damson Idris would come in because what I have heard about Damson Idris, and this is no disrespect to him or any Black man or any Black woman, y'all should be 1000% confident. I feel like Damson, what I heard about Damson got a little chip on his shoulder, right? Damson walks in very high. Damson walks in very confident and very straight with what he wants and what he wants to do. And that type of energy, if fed, it can start turning into like a big outrageous ego. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Coogler just didn't want that. We get that from Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. came in as a humble man. Oh, I'm just trying to get back on my feet. They give him Iron Man. Fast forward to today, ego inflated, out of control. Robert Downey Jr. has his own goddamn city on set. And you know what? All of y'all should cuss Tasha K ass out, because Tasha K put out a post and said she knew for sure that Damson Idris was going to be the new Black Panther, and that was a goddamn lie. Everybody was lying. Except me. Should have just listened to me. Should have just listened to me. That's all I say. You should have just listened to me. DVR Moore said Wesley Ben has swag. White Man Can't Jump, New Jack City, Blade. Y'all finna make me go back in history. Wesley Snipes did not goddamn start with no White Man Can't Jump, New Jack City, and Blade. Wesley Snipes was Wesley Snipes when he was in New Jack City and Blade. Those is not his first movies. Y'all need to go back and look at Wesley Snipes' first movies. He was a short, dark-skinned man. He ain't had no lineup. They used to say Wesley used to be a little musty. Man, come on, man. By the time we get to New Jack City and Blade, Wesley Snipes is Wesley goddamn Snipes. Magician said Tina putting belt to ass. I'm not trying to put belt to ass. I'm just saying we need to follow this path that's being here. That's all I'm saying. Creole said Damson got ignored by Damson. Diva Minor said, I agree with you about Damson Idris. I don't think Coogler wanted him. I do think Marvel did. Damson is dating Coogler's BFF ex Lori Harvey, so you know that wasn't gonna happen. The Real Karma said, because Black Panther ain't shit without Coogler, and they don't want to make their movies worse. They're already in a bad spot. Marvel said David can act. We will see what he can do with the part. Creel said Damson was not a good fit. Lawrence Report said folks got to understand Michael B. Jordan and Coogler are a brotherhood fraternity, and having someone like Damson will be a conflict. Sir Kendall said facts, emotions play into decisions. I'm glad we got some real people in here, because I feel like a lot of people live in La La Land. I feel like a lot of people acting like all this shit ain't real. Like, what we talking about? Joe said stop listening to John Campia and listen to Tina. Listen. Danny Man said, what up, movie Lair? Needed this tonight. Took a major fall at work today. Got out the ER. Leg still in pain, but I'm good for now. Shout out to Dan the Man. Y'all talked to Dan the Man. Dan the Man worked on Black Panther Part 2, Wakanda Forever. I bet you if I pull Dan the Man up, Dan the Man will tell you that set, that's a family set. That is a family on that set. That's a family on that set. You know what I'm saying? So, should Ryan Coogler be professional and say, you know what? Damson might be the best fit? Yeah. But Ryan Coogler is an Oakland nigga. Ryan Coogler probably was like, man. Look. Y'all really need to blame the wife. Blame the wife. Now, this is all jokes. Ryan Coogler, y'all don't come for me. This is just jokes. Blame the wife. Because you know what? Ryan Coogler probably had a vision board at home, and he had Damson Idris up there, and he had David Jonsson, and he probably had some other people, and he probably was like, man, what you think about Damson? It was his wife. His wife probably was like, don't do that. Because women be knowing. Women's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Women be like, that's going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess. Because now if Damson Idris is T'Challa Jr., now Ryan Coogler has to be close to Damson Idris. Now for the birthday parties, Damson Idris and Michael B. Jordan got to be there, and Lori Harvey got to be there. Hell no. Come on, man. Carl said, listen, I live in Oakland, from East Oakland. You ain't never lied. Bruh, tell me I'm lying. Y'all got to tell me we not living in the real world. Are we not living in the real world, or we finna play games? All right? Are we finna play games? Next slide. What's the next slide? Let's get off Damson, because it was never going to happen. Anybody in this chat who wanted Damson Idris, horrible people, because I've been telling y'all for a year it was never going to happen. All right. Moving on. Now, didn't I tell y'all last year that Coogler was doing his own thing? Kevin Feige even said it. He was like, yo, Coogler cast David Jonsson by himself. And I told y'all, that man was doing his own thing last year, and here are clips from videos of me saying consistently that Ryan Coogler had not been talking to nobody at Marvel, and he knew what he was going to do with Black Panther 3, and he was not talking to them.
Coogler is making his moves on the side. He has a pretty good idea at where he's going with Black Panther 3. Because Coogler is writing his own story. His story is going to involve Toussaint. So Coogler is doing Black Panther 3 at his house in California, listening to Kendrick Lamar, walking. He ain't worried about what they got going on in Secret Wars. He could care less. He's writing his own story, okay? Now, on the contrary, if they do bring Ryan Coogler into the fold with Secret Wars and Doomsday, I think we're going to be looking at an aged up T'Challa Jr. or Toussaint, because TJ is the end game for Coogler. I've been saying for the longest, Ryan Coogler ain't talked to them boys at Marvel, and it has nothing to do with Sinners, okay? I see Nate Moore threw that out like, oh, Ryan's been busy with Sinners. It ain't got nothing to do with Sinners. Coogler just ain't talking to them because he in his own bubble, writing his own story, doing his own thing. I know that Ryan Coogler is writing a story about T'Challa Jr. Coogler know what he doing. They don't know what he doing. They don't know what they doing. But one thing about Ryan, he don't fuck around. He ain't playing. They playing.
I told y'all. So guess what? After the announcement of David Jonsson, these are the exact words from Kevin Feige. Let me. I know y'all can't see it. It's kind of small, but this is what it says. I'm reading it verbatim. Kevin Feige says, I'll give you the real scoop. We hadn't started a search yet. Ryan was working on Sinners, and when Ryan works on a project, he's all in. So the presumption was very much we would all sit with him after Sinners came out, after the Academy campaign. We was waiting until after the Academy Awards to sit with Ryan and begin the process. And a month and a half or so before the process, he called me and said, I found him. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I found him. He's the guy, David Jonsson. He mentioned the movies. I had seen some of them. I watched more. He goes, I'm going to meet him. He had a secret meeting with him under a cloak of darkness in a hotel somewhere and called me afterwards and says, he's the guy. He's the guy. I felt it. I felt it in my soul. He's a good man and he's the next Black Panther. And I got chills and I got a little welled up and said, let's go. So we've been sitting on that secret for a good 6 months. Those are the words of Kevin Feige. So David has been cast since January of this year. I was saying all last year that Coogler was doing his own thing, and this shows you just how much power Coogler has over there at Marvel because they didn't even do an open casting call. It sounds like Kevin Feige wanted to see people, and Coogler was like, nah, we got it. Sounds like Feige was like, all right, cool. And this is also where the Damson situation is getting mixed in because I truly, honestly believe in my heart, mind, body, and soul, Kevin Feige wanted Damson Idris. And he wanted to sit down and talk to Ryan Coogler, and he wanted to lay all the cards on the table. And Ryan Coogler was like, hell no, I'm picking who it is. Ain't that crazy? They didn't even do an open casting call. Kevin Feige wanted to do a casting call. Ryan Coogler had already met with this boy, picked this boy, told this boy that he got the job because somebody that I am mutually close friends with, that's mutually close friends with Ryan Coogler said, Tina, this shit been done. He ain't talking to them boys. I told y'all last year, my homeboy said, Tina, he not talking to them. They have no idea what he's doing. He's not talking to them. And it's going to be the son. And remember how I talked about how that crew over there is like a close-knit family, and people was even trying to say, people was like, oh, Letitia Wright is mad that David is the new Black Panther. She wasn't mad. She been knew he had the job. We just found out. They been knew. We just found out.
Letitia, huge news with David Jonsson joining the MCU as Black Panther in the third movie. A lot of people excited about that. We'd love to hear your reaction to his casting as, do we call him T'Challa Jr.? What can we call him here?
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
Exactly, yeah.
Have a personal connection to David and just a special person, good heart. And just to see the full circle of that today. I'm still living in it, and we're both still like checking in with each other about it. But she now has that mantle to pass on, and those guidance and that wisdom to pass on. So it's beautiful to see the arc of this character. 2018, starting as this beautiful scientist in the lab, just trying to help her big brother out, to just elevating and growing, and now being like a source of wisdom for for her young her young nephew is beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna have a really good time, a lot of fun, and I'm gonna pick on him so much.
Nice. Did you guys know the news of David before today, or did you find out pretty much?
Very secretive on this camp.
Yeah. Reaction from anyone else about David? Yeah.
I'm bananas over it. Yeah. I think it's amazing. I think he's amazing. I think he's joining an amazing cast.
Family.
Yeah.
You see that? He said, I think he's joining an amazing cast. She said family. Family. So, some key things she said. She said, we still checking in with each other on it. He's close to me. So, they been new. They've been talking. They've been checking in on the phone. She been new. They've been talking about it. So when I see people saying, oh, Letitia Wright was looking mean on the stage, she's mad. Man, that's her little brother. They been new. We just found out. So we need to stop the narrative that Letitia Wright is mad, that he the child. They been new. They been new. And like she said, he ain't joining no cast. He's joining family. And that is the difference between Black Panther and those other sets. My good brother Dre Mack, I love Dre Mack. He loves to bring up, oh, they didn't care about recasting William Hurt. William Hurt was not on a set with family. They didn't give a damn about William Hurt. That's the reality of it. William Hurt was not on a set with family. That Black Panther team feels like family because a lot of them work on the same projects together. They just do. Ryan Coogler keeps the same people for the most part. So they have developed, a family on that set. And like I said, y'all can ask Dan the Man. Dan the Man was on Black Panther 2. Ask him how the set feel. He may say something different, but from what I heard, because I know people worked on almost every single Ryan Coogler project, he runs his set in a very particular way. And so the interviewer said, oh, did any of y'all know about Black Panther? She cut him off quick. She said, hell nah. We secretive over here. We ain't tell nobody. Kevin Feige barely knew. Kevin Feige barely knew. So of course the other goddamn actors didn't knew. The Black Panther is a different universe over there. They don't run like everybody else over there. That is a whole different, they about like Wakanda for real. They are a completely isolated situation over there on that Black Panther set. So yeah, man, David Jonsson is the new Black Panther. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I was watching Pantheon last night, and the good brother Marcus I love Marcus. The good brother Marcus talking about Black Panther 3 gonna fail. It ain't gonna make no money. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. This is Ryan Coogler's first movie since he's won an Oscar. He said he filming this on large format, so that means this is gonna be made for IMAX. Did y'all see how much demand he drummed up for putting Sinners on IMAX, which is only partially filmed in IMAX? What do y'all think finna happen with Black Panther 3? They're going to do the same thing they did with Dune and Odyssey. They're going to put these tickets on sale early. They're going to create a crazy demand for Black Panther 3. People are going to be dying to see this in 70 millimeter. That's only one aspect of the demand that he's creating about this movie. Another reason people are going to flock to this movie is Denzel Washington may be in this film. Now, people think he's the villain. I don't think he's the villain. I've said that numerous times. Storm may be in this movie. People love the X-Men. People love the X-Men. And finally, no matter how people say they feel right now about David Jonsson being Black Panther, once we see that trailer and this little nigga is doing karate flips and jumping off trucks and doing karate, man, the general audience is taking their kids to see this film. That's just the reality of it. It's aiming for a Christmas release date. And y'all think this movie ain't finna make no money? They probably gonna put his little ass in Secret Wars too to give him an alley-oop. Man, this movie is making money. It is what it is. And then you have a story about a young boy who lost his dad and he's trying to live up to his dad's legacy. You got the mom over here. This is no different than Spider-Man 4. We started out with Spider-Man 1 and we followed a particular story and we want to see where that story goes. It's the same thing with this. Now, I know, some people don't like it. T'Challa wasn't recast. I get it. But the way the general audience looks at it is Ryan Coogler started a story. We want to follow this story. That's the reality of it. So that's my soapbox about Black Panther. I have nothing else to say. That's it. Anybody want to come up and, say what they got to say? You can come up. Chill is in the building. Chill said, so if Sinners fails, things wouldn't be like this. Yeah. I think Sinners doing what it did put a different type of battery in that man back. Yeah. Yeah. I believe so, Chill. Latoya said Tina with the pipe of hot tea. It ain't tea. Ain't no tea. This is just, if y'all have been here, y'all, we've been talking about all this. We have been talking about all this. S. Jaddick says, this family stuff don't move me. The Coogler and Bozeman relationship is fake as fuck. God damn. S. Jaddick is crazy. JD Informant said, well, that family made a bad decision. Yeah, I respect that. Nisha said, I don't think Letitia was the set. I think it was bittersweet for the cast at the same time. Yeah. S. Jaddick said, one project together. Didn't know Chad was sick. Didn't get a call from the Bosen's family when he died. But sure, Chad and Ryan was close. You have to be a fool to buy that. I can't speak on how close they were. But hell, I mean, sometimes people feel connected to people who they've never met. Look how many people acted a fool when Michael Jackson died. People who had never met Michael Jackson, but they feel a connection to a person. So maybe he just has that, connection there. I don't know. I'm not Ryan Coogler, so I can't really speak on that feeling. Creole Paris said, no white folks know they gonna make bank. They ready. Latoya said, not the family portrait. That's what it is, ain't it? Toya said, I'll be here every week. Said, not the family portrait. Hey, let me bring up the AI picture of when them Wakanda barbers gonna get on that man's head. Y'all talking about this man ugly. That man ain't ugly. He just ain't got no money. Y'all wait and see what happens when he get a little bit of money. Tell the truth. You can't name one unattractive person coming out of Wakanda. Even Namor even had a fresh ass goddamn lineup. Even Namor. I was looking at Namor like Namor kind of fine. S. Jaddick said, them barbers can't give him 5 inches. They can't. He's short. Y'all know I have been on a anti-short tirade all week. I can give y'all that. He is short. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I do not like that. And I'm a short person. I didn't want T'Challa Jr. I didn't want him to be short. JD Informant said, Tina, I can name 2. Name two ugly people out of Wakanda. Who? Name them. Point them out. So I don't remember no ugly people coming out of Wakanda. Who? I'm trying to think. Who was ugly out of Wakanda? I can't think of none of them. Toya talking about that boy clean. I'm telling you, when them Wakanda barbers get on that man's head in that first trailer and he take that goddamn Black Panther mask off. All right. JD Informant. You think the Dora Milaje is ugly? I don't think y'all like women. You think let me pull up the Dora Milaje. Y'all is tripping. Hold on. One of my homegirls is a Dora. Go easy on the motherfucking Doras now. Let me pull up the Dora. Nigga, you crazy talking to Dora Milaje ugly. Are you serious? All right, Dan the Man said he want to come up. Who else coming up? We ain't finna be here all night. So, S. Jaddick, you said you wanted to come speak your piece. I know you are very upset that T'Challa has not been recast. You are welcome to come up. Who else want to come? Michaela Cole. Michaela Cole is not ugly. Michaela Cole is not. JD Informant, I'm starting to follow a pattern with you. I need to see what you look like. You pull up Michaela Cole. Because y'all be tripping. Michaela. I don't know where y'all be seeing people at, and y'all be saying like these people be ugly because I live in a different world that y'all live in. It could be I'm from the South. I got family from the Caribbean, so I'm just used to seeing dark-skinned people. Like David Jonsson looked like he could be my goddamn little brother. Where is Michaela Cole ugly at, man? What the fuck? What do y'all be talking about? Are we serious? Where is Michaela Cole ugly at, Jay? Where is Michaela Cole ugly? Where? Said she was bald. Who cares? What the fuck does being bald? So because she bald, she go from a 10 to a 2 because she bald. Boy, I hate it if you got a wife and she get cancer because it's over for her. Damn, chemo gonna take y'all whole relationship down if she, God, y'all is crazy. This nigga say she bald, so she ugly. Nigga, what if your wife get cancer one day? Is your wife ugly? JD Informant said, I never claimed she was a 10. Where is Michaela Cole ugly at? Talking about Jay would just buy wigs. Oh, let me put the link in the chat so y'all can come up and chat. Y'all are crazy. Is this that's not Photoshop. She was on a red carpet. Not now. Let me find another picture. Michaela Cole got like cat-like features. Like she is not ugly. Let me pull up her Dora picture. Dora Milaje. She ain't even ugly as a Dora. Hold on. Kayla Dora. She looks the same except she just bald. Y'all be tripping. Let me pull up Michaela Cole. Dora. She ain't ugly as a Dora. What we talking about? Like, ugly is a strong word. Like, ugly is strong. Like, that's a strong word to call somebody ugly. As Jadik said, I won't come on, supposed to be working. I want to save my call after storm. Whatever. So now, hold on, Dan the Man. I'm finna give you a link so you can come up and chat. S. Jaddix done talked all this trash. He was the main recast T'Challa leader of the group. Now he don't want to come up. Dan the Man, that's the link if you want to come up, Dan the Man. Nathan says, Tina, does Black Panther 3 hit 1.3 billion at the box office? It's a lot of different variables. I can't call it. I need to see what the story is. I need to see who's in the cast. I can't call it. I don't know. Too many variables. We got to get a little closer. I got to see what the story is. Said, do before and after surgery or Botox. Y'all are horrible people. But that proves my point. We all ugly until we get a little bit of money. That's my point. When you get some money, that changes. Dan the Man. Dan the Man. Hey, Dan. Dan. For all y'all don't know, Dan the Man is a family member. Dan the Man was in Wakanda Forever. What you got to say, Dan?
First off, I wish I was in better circumstances. Still feel that pain in my left arm. And
get better, hip. Dan.
But we're in there. We're on the road to recovery. So thank you for all the love in the chat. S. Jaddix, dating informant. Love you guys to death, but y'all gotta hop off TJ and the hate for the Ryan Coogler's decision, bro. No, because I'm not gonna lie. At first, the recast the T'Challa movement is loud and live, and I don't know if y'all been seeing my comments in the chat because there's a pattern there. Like after taking a step back and just seeing, this is probably gonna be a hot take for me. Y'all probably gonna strip me of my recast T'Challa card, but that's okay. I'm very much fine with the son as the Black Panther. I know, crazy, but I'm coming at it from a lens of this boy Tucson is the equivalent of Azari, their T'Challa and Storm's son from that Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, go watch it. Just like James Rogers in Doomsday, just like all these other people, Dory's daughter. That's him, David Jonsson. Watching it through that lens, and in addition to that, you're watching the Black Panther in the MCU as like different. Everyone that was in the comics, you're seeing each character as the Black Panther. You got T'Challa, you got Shuri, you got Chanda, you got Azori. Like seeing that shit in each film, like that shit is dope. And also, in my own personal headcanon, I'm gonna try to wrap it up with this. If it goes the way that I hope it does, because it still leaves room for T'Challa to be coming back too. If say we get T'Challa in Doomsday with Damson, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could T'Challa could easily play their estranged grandfather and build a relationship with Shuri and Azari, the Prince T'Challa. And
Yeah.
so over that course of those two films, if something happens to the variant T'Challa or he gets sent back to his universe, whatever the case is, I foresee Prince T'Challa, I'm calling him that, but Toussaint, he could, after that relationship, fucking get a name change, and after Azari, after he learns through somehow, some way, he could bring back the actual T'Challa as the King of the Dead. And
Yeah.
we know about Brother Voodoo and Storm in there. Who's to say, just like in the animated movie, how Azari got Storm's powers, Storm can teach him how to weather the elements, and Brother Voodoo, he can learn under him to bring back T'Challa, played by your boy Cross, as King of the Dead. That's a long shot. That's how I'm looking at it. But I'm no longer hating on the kid becoming Black Panther, because it's essentially what's already happened. Even though he was a one-off animated character, that concept is dope as hell to me. So
Okay.
that's my opinion.
Appreciate you. What up, Nateet? What you got, girl?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just want to say that, my question is more so what happens if the movie does work out, as if it gets up to $1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen for the future of Black characters and heroes in the future of MCU? I know it's not the main hub for all your Black stories and all your storytelling, but it would be nice to see other Black heroes get their shot, because you want that to be a successful stream of heroes to come out and just do great.
Yeah.
Versus when if for some reason Coogler he does his way and the movie doesn't do too well, like say $600-500 million,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not enough to even barely break even or something, and
Right.
it could fail. So
Yeah.
The pipeline for Black heroes could be very much cut short or changed indefinitely. So I'm worried about that.
Did I answer that one?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. I much am all for the having Black characters represented for sure, but I'm begging y'all to please stop looking for them at Marvel. Like they're not there. It has been known for a hot minute that Marvel, like on the come up, has always had a shortage of Black characters, like Storm, Bishop, Blade, Luke Cage. I've always been able to name them on one hand, and I've never like had a problem with that, because I know that there's a reason why you can name them like that, because they all set apart from each other. They all have their own stories, their own personalities. Should there be more? Yeah, sure. But it ain't in Marvel. It's not there. It's just not. So that's my, whole thing, is that if now when you have other stuff like Children of Blood and Bone, the Black Wizard, I can't remember the name of it, but your boy from that, Never Have I Ever Seen Me, he did something, and just outside of Marvel, that's where you got to go. And support your boy, Dent, man, who is also making his own cinematic universe. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna Black Claw. I'm gonna let you get into. I kind of want to say that because that's what I said earlier in the stream for y'all that's been here. You can't look for Marvel for Black representation. You just can't. So you have to support the things that are giving you that Black representation, like Children of Blood and Bone, or like I said, you want to see Black vampires, go watch Interview with the Vampire. I know you don't like me to talk about it, Dan the Man, but it's Black vampires over there.
I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even say nothing.
But I know when I talk about it, you get mad. But yeah, I think it is scary. It is scary if you are involved with Marvel. It's looking real scarce because, like you said, if Black Panther don't do good, baby, we just going back to what it used to be. And what it used to be was Falcon and Rhodey. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We finna get the XMen where you finna get Storm. You might get Bishop. Maybe Sunspot.
Assuming they don't whitewash them again.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I would say don't get so invested in Marvel like that. Like, it's cool. We go to the movies. Great. But if they don't give you what you want, you got to have other avenues to support. That's why I said, hey, Aaron Pierre looks like he's going to be a great Jon Stewart. Let's watch Lanterns, because if Marvel fumbles the ball, maybe we can all get behind, Jon Stewart and Mr. Terrific. Maybe Static will come one day. And
Or
that's good
Vixen.
or Vixen. Yeah, or Vixen. We need competition to push Marvel to maybe give more, but don't expect more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Just don't.
it took Batman versus Superman for them to do the Civil War. So they was like, oh,
Mhm.
we got these two coming together, so we gotta do it ourselves with these two characters.
Yeah, support these comic books that are giving us black characters. Support these short story creators. Support these black directors who are trying to create this content. The problem is we don't really support the people who is trying to do it. So, but yeah, it's a scary place to be right now because we see what's happening to black characters. And yeah, it seems like we have no room to fail, because if we fail, we don't get another chance. Corporate America looks at it like, oh, that's not good. So you're right. If Black Panther comes in at 500 million, it's a problem. It's serious. You Storm and Bishop is all you finna get.
That'd be bad. And I'm thinking if it's successful, if you get other directors down the line, it's like, give me a chance to write this other black superhero. I mean, you took a chance with one, and it blew up, and it did great. Let's do something with somebody else. And then also sometimes outside competition, DC get on board, and it's like, oh, you have this character do awesome. Can we get on that bandwagon too? Because if it's about making some serious dollars, then give them a shot. Somebody's gonna do something.
Yeah, but you know what? The support of Black Panther gives you Woman King, which didn't do great. It didn't do great. But Woman King then gets you Children of Blood and Bone. So it's like when we do try to support these things, it kind of leads to other things. Because if you think about it, I'm old, y'all. I'm over 40. I don't recall ever getting a Black Panther or Children in Blood and Bone or Black fantasy the past 40 years that I've been living.
You're
saying?
over 40.
Yes.
I remember Spawn and I remember Blade. That's the only two that comes to mind.
You look a lot. You look a lot younger.
Yeah. Like what we got? Coming to America. That was kind of like Black, and what else? Like on that scale, I can't think of anything else. So, but go ahead, Black Claw. What you got? What you got?
Okay, well, first of all, Tina, I've been watching you for a while, given that you constantly stay in touch with Planet Fanatics and all, so it is an honor getting to finally talk to you at last. And yeah, I definitely do agree with you. It's just like with us, we always got to prove ourselves. And dead ass, like I follow a lot of black creatives on places like Threads or Blue Skies, and they've all been saying that they've pitched a lot of stuff to these different studios, saying what all these black fantasy projects to these different studios, and they all said the same thing. They all said, okay, well, let's just wait and see how Children of Blood and Bone does. So yeah, even with all this controversy going on with the author and all that, I'm still supporting that regardless, because like you said, like we don't get that many chances, and if that movie does flop, it could be like another 20 or 30 years before studios decide to take that big of a chance on a black fantasy project.
Right.
And E-Man even said this on one of his streams recently regarding the situation with black characters at Marvel, is that now it's seeming like Black Panther is kind of like the token instead of the pioneer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And look, obviously, I've been a staunch supporter of recast T'Challa, and but I said this on a stream, on a call with Planet Fanatics on one of their streams, like before SDCC happened. I'm like, I'm one of those people that wanted a variant, but I told him, like, hey, I'm just gonna hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and well, they decide to age up the kid, so I'm not too upset.
Yeah.
And I'm just mainly I'm just indifferent to the whole TJ thing, but I'm at least glad that the Band-Aid finally got ripped off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just gonna just sit back and see what happens. But at the very least, I think Marvel sees TJ as an actual recast, and what's been bothering me as a Black Panther fan ever since they decided to kill off T'Challa is that he's just been getting omitted from all these different projects. Like
Yeah.
you saw what happened with that X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Like,
And zombies.
yeah, but now that we have a now that we have an aged up TJ that Marvel is seeing as a recast, I'm just hoping that this means T'Challa can finally stop being omitted from different things and
Yeah.
different mediums for the sake of synergy.
Right, right, right. And it's just so weird because that synergy is only with Black Panther. Because Tony Stark is dead, but Tony Stark still showed up in What If and
Yeah, and
Marvel
I mean,
Zombies
like
and stuff.
Sam Wilson is currently Captain America, but in every other medium, whether it be cartoon or video games, like Captain America is still Steve Rogers.
Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. I just I don't it's all unfortunate. Like I said, in a perfect world, Chadwick Boseman would still be here.
Yeah,
We would be working
definitely.
on Black Panther 3 and it's just unfortunate, and I understand people are upset that T'Challa didn't get recast, but it's just like it's kind of like the whole black thing that we're talking about now with like Blade and Wonder Man. It's like when you see what's happening, how do you get disappointed when it happens? You know what I'm saying? And it's like we saw where this was going. It was very quite obvious where it was going. So I was confused when people got upset. It's like I said, especially people who are part of my family, because I've been telling y'all, I'm like, y'all, I'm talking to people. It's going to be the son. So, but I understand being let down because I was let down that Jean Grey was 5'2". Let me bring Collector's Reign up. Go ahead, Collector's Reign.
Yo, what's up? So I just tuned in. So this is probably the end of your stream, right?
Yeah, we coming to it.
Okay, and y'all talking about, I assume, like all the news
Yeah.
as of late with black characters. Okay.
Black characters,
so-
Black Panther. Yeah.
Okay. I hear on here looking crazy. Anyway, so my whole thing about this thing is people listen, we knew this was gonna happen with Tucson. This is not like something they snuck up on us. It's just recast T'Challa and those who are advocates for wanting to see the real T'Challa. We wanted to see T'Challa. We already knew this was going to happen. So, I mean, we should kind of we made the case that the cast should probably be over their grief. We should probably have been past our grief already because we pretty much knew this was going to happen 4 years ago since 2022, right? When Wakanda Forever came out. So we were just hoping for a variant. My whole thing is at least put the real T'Challa in Secret Wars because that's his story. Please do not put Shuri. I don't hate Shuri. I got a Shuri Hot Toys figure in the back over here, right? And so I paid $300 for that. So I mean, I didn't. The only thing I didn't like about the whole Shuri thing is it wasn't really believable for that film. Because in the first film, she was the smart girl. She was the nerd girl. She was not really the comic Shuri at all. And so that was my whole thing about that. The story just did not make any sense. But anyway, I digress from that. I think we just need to find other avenues, like you guys are saying. I don't know anything about the children. What is it called? Blood and Bone.
Children of Blood and Bone.
But I'm interested in seeing that film.
Yeah.
And if I like it, I'm not going to hijack that IP and act like I've been a fan of that IP my entire life, and I haven't. And I'm a advocate for these characters I don't know nothing about, like these pseudo Black Panther fans are. But no shade to the Black Panther fans that are MCU Black Panther fans. It's just us who read the comics have a little bit more, knowledge of that. But yeah, I'm not really excited for Lanterns, but hopefully, Aaron Pierre does well in that. You got that. And then, hey, just wait and see. For those who want to see Toussaint, you have your Black Panther. But for me, I was never checking for Toussaint. Obviously, Tina, like Blue would say, I wish they would have blew up Wakanda. I don't want to see Toussaint. But just blow it up. But hey, it is what it is, y'all. Life goes on, y'all. So we like this stuff. Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Black Claw.
Is that his face, bro? That's a dude scared me coming up on here like that. But anyway,
He a little choppy.
But
you breaking up a little bit, Black Claw. I got a Black Claw. You might have to go and come back. You breaking up a little bit, brother.
Hey, Tina, real quick, I just want to say that when Black Panther 3 does come out, I'm gonna check it out because of story. I just want to see what he does for a story. If there's a specific character, T'Challa Senior, coming back, I would love to personally call yourself or any Planet Fanatics. I would love to personally call them and say, hey, go watch this film. I won't tell you what happens. We'll go watch that film. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for always supporting the Teak.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, that's my whole spiel. Hey, let's find something else. There's other stuff out here.
Yeah.
And if we were readers of literature, comic literature before, go find some other stuff. There's so many independent Black comic creators out here. Go test.
And that's where I am. That's where I've always been. Me and all of this recast T'Challa stuff was new to me. It really was a culture shock to me. It really was. And I always tell my recast T'Challa fellas that it really was a culture shock because I read comics. I read a lot of books. But I never knew how important like a character could be to some people. I never knew. Because it was just different, like just seeing the whole recast T'Challa movement, because like I said, I'm like, he gone. I'm like, but he gonna come back one day. That was kind of like always my mindset. I'm like, yeah, they killed them. They kill characters all the time, but he's not gone forever. So I didn't really understand until I really started like talking to like Darius and Chill and Blue and Dre and Marcus to really understand how impactful the character was, because since I have worked in movies, my commitment hasn't really been to characters, it's been to people, because I'm more like, I've been more committed to the people who make these movies. So when I saw that Ryan Coogler, they said, hey, we're not gonna recast T'Challa, I didn't take it bad, because I'm like, he gonna come back one day. That was always my thing with it. I'm like, he gonna come back one day. Like, it may not be right now, but he gonna come back. It might be 10 years from now, but he gonna come back. So after, like,
ask you this question. Do you still hold that same stance? You think they're gonna bring the T'Challa? I don't. I think Toussaint is the Black Panther until the MCU starts over for real. Because evidently it's not gonna reboot after Secret Wars. So
yeah, that's kind of where my thought. I've always said I don't believe that Kevin Feige believes in recasting certain people. So I don't think he'll ever be like totally recast during Kevin Feige's reign. Right. But 10 and it is far to kind of even think that far ahead, and it's not fair.
It is. It's really far.
It's crazy. Not fair. It's not fair for Black Panther fans to have to hear this, but it might be 10, 15, 20 years. But I never thought that he was dead forever. That's why I never like understood it, because I'm like, he ain't gone forever. Like, I'm a Queen of the Damn fan. Aaliyah died 20 years ago. We just getting a new Akasha. Like, when she died, I'm like, well, she gonna come back one day. But I didn't like go on like this campaign like, y'all gotta recast Akasha. I'm like, she gone, she dead, she'll come back one day, and she coming back 20 years later. My mind did kind of get opened up to like how important this character was to people, because in my mind I'm like, he's just a character. I never had like that type of emotional connection to a character, because I'm reading these people in books and stories, and when I close the book, I'm done with them.
Okay.
But I now understand how important this character was, especially the young black man. I've just never been that connected to a character, so my mind did get opened up to that, and I do understand how important it is.
Yeah.
So I can understand people being hurt. I do. I get it.
Yeah. My last question, because I know you got to go. You trying to get off here. So, are you renting out a theater for Black Panther 3 or Children Blood of Bone?
So how I did it last time is I gotta see what the movie is about. So, for example, I rented out several theaters for Black Panther because I saw it 2 weeks early, so I already knew, okay, this is something I could bring kids to.
Right.
If it's kid friendly, I might do it, because when I rent out theaters, I'm taking the kids. I'm not, the adults could come, but I'm doing it for the kids. Right. When I watch Wakanda Forever, I'm like, this is not a movie for kids. Not because even that Black Panther passed away, it was just such a somber, slow-paced movies, and I'm like, this is not for kids.
Yeah, it's too slow.
So if Black Panther 3 comes out and, it's high action, it's flying, it's kicking, it's stuff exploding, yeah, I might rent out 2 or 3 theaters.
Here's
let's
the whole
bring
thing
all the
about
kids.
that. What's going to be really sad for Black Panther fans?
Hold on. Let me stop. Hold on. Let me finish the other question. Children of Blood and Bone? Absolutely not. I've read that book. I don't know how deep they're going, but that is a very dark story. Children of Blood and Bone is a very dark story. So no, I would not be renting a theater out for kids. But go ahead.
Isn't that film rated PG-13 though? Right? It's not.
Yeah, but it's
the gritty stuff.
Yeah, but the contents of that story is dark.
Okay.
I don't know how dark they're gonna get, but it's dark. But yeah.
Okay. Last point. I'm gonna leave you alone. The crazy thing about the recasting of Toussaint thing is, it's hilarious they recast Toussaint when people were asking to recast T'Challa. And
they didn't recast Toussaint. When did they recast him?
That's a new actor. That's called a recast, right? That's not the same actor. Yeah, that's literally a recast.
Is it really?
They recast Toussaint. That's a new. And they aged him up.
Okay.
By like 20 years.
Okay.
But also, what Black Panther fans were complaining about with the first Black Panther movie of T'Challa really not being recognizable as T'Challa, they're going to get the real T'Challa stuff with Toussaint. And that's what's going to be hilarious.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think that? No, I think Ryan Coogler is going to go out of his way to make Toussaint the most T'Challa Black Panther he can, the most intense, aggressive, assertive, royal Black Panther he can, and try to shut everybody up, because this is his this is his baby, this is his character, and he doesn't want any backlash from it, even though he's gonna. So basically, he's gonna try to use the film.
He don't care about backlash. He don't care. This is what I've been telling y'all. Nobody wants to listen to me. He don't care.
Okay.
And I think he's an ensemble filmmaker. Yeah. I think this movie is gonna still be about the ensemble again. And do I think he's gonna continue after Black Panther 3? That's where shit get tricky. Because if he leaves, does Marvel say, well, we ain't doing no more Black Panthers. We don't think no other director can do it. I think if you bring another director in, we might see a different, T'Challa Jr., but I don't know.
All right, Tina, get me out of here. I don't know how to drop out.
Okay, thanks for stopping by, Cornelius. Bye. All right, what else? Y'all got any other questions before we get up out of here? I think y'all got me on Planet Fanatics hours. We done been on here almost 4 hours. Sir Kendall said we will never hear him call Toussaint again. We won't. It'll be T'Challa moving forward. Diva, Angela told Coogler people would be mad about her death. She warned him, and guess what? He didn't give a damn. He don't care. He do what he want to do. He don't care. He do what he want to do. He just do what he want to do. All right, y'all. That's all I have. Anybody else got any last words? Good stream. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Kendall, thanks for stopping in. Nice to see you around. Appreciate it. JD Informant said, Nice show as always. Glad I came through. Thanks for stopping in, Jay, even though you was calling people ugly all night. Damn, Jay. Jay, I need to see what you look like. You better be tall, dark, and handsome. I'm talking about you better be the finest man walking. You better look like Denzel in his 20s, the way you was calling people ugly tonight. I need to see what you look like, Jay. You better be fine. I'm talking about you better be fine the way you was calling people ugly tonight. What my mayor done got arrested. Y'all, my mayor keep going to jail. Damn. I just got a text. They talking about the mayor in jail. Khadijah says Ryan just like his mentor Nolan, whether people like it or not, and don't have social media. I've been telling people for years Ryan Coogler don't care what y'all saying on social media. Don't nobody listen to me. As of today, I am laying down my Ryan Coogler sword. I am no longer calling any of my plugs, getting information about Coogler projects, because don't nobody goddamn believe me. So I am officially laying down my Coogler sword. I will now just be reporting what's in the public, because don't nobody listen to me at all. They think I just be lying and playing, man. All right, y'all. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I went too long. I knew this was going to be a long one. Jesus Christ. I got to get up out of here, man. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I think we had a good stream. We was able to talk about XMen, beauty standards for superheroes. We talked a little bit about Black Panther. And hopefully I'll be back next week, 9:30. And I always appreciate y'all rocking out with me.
Man, I love being black. I love y'all.